You are listening to Drop Tent Media Network.
Say no, we talk to mama like that. Suck our fucking dicks.
Where'd you guys fuck at? Did I complimented your fucking hair yesterday, you stupid bitch?
I love you.
I love you.
This isn't gonna be like a thing, right? Like where you're gonna be weird with me. Oh my goodness!
Hot.
Hell
we
yeah.
are hot. Coming in, baby. I almost came already. God damn. So what were you saying? You hooked up with a midget, small person, little person.
No, he is not a little person. You fucking tallest.
Can he get stuff out of the top cabinet in your kitchen?
Yeah, when I give him a boost.
Hey, go ahead and stand on mama's tits.
I don't even think he's that short. That's the funniest
I know,
thing.
kidding.
I know, because you and somebody else said that too to me. I was like,
Also, you're gonna bust my balls about the kid's size. You don't even know his fucking name.
I do now.
Oh, yeah.
It took a couple months. It is.
We're engaged. His name's
sounds like
Swimmy Swampson. I still don't know some of my cousins' names.
Yeah.
It's a problem. I can't.
Also, I think the whole name fiasco that we had is probably what, made me even remember who he was. Because he just like, really? Every time you say a different name, I was like, oh, oops. I don't know. Don't have a fucking weird name. I did say that to him on Sunday. I'm like, man, it sucks how funny you are off stage, man. Just if you could get it on,
You climb up there, you strong little fella, you'd be
Stop
funny.
it. No. Oh, God damn it. Well,
We went full sweats, huh? Hell yeah.
they're my fancy sweats.
I like it. I'm
Also,
checking. Those are the sweatpants you wore with your belly shirt.
Yeah.
Those are your lucky sweats.
They are my yellow. I was wearing them on Sunday too, I think.
Oh, God.
No, I washed them, you fucking psycho.
There's still a dollop of daisy in the crotch of those.
Ooh, first of all, dollop of daisy is the grossest.
I had an ex-girlfriend of mine used to say that all the time. I
Ugh.
just dollop a daisy to my pantaloons. Ay, ay, ay.
Ah, man, you know what? You are one of my favorite people, and on like a certain level, we get along. And then you'll tell me your weird fucking inside jokes you have with your ex-girlfriends, and I'm like, God, you are a pussy. It is crazy. I could never date you, you fucking nerd.
Too tall.
Yeah, that's true. You have to get on your knees.
I can't. They're bad.
But yeah, no. So I didn't sleep with him. I made out with a person.
Did you sleep over?
He slept over.
No finger, no.
Okay, well, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna give you a play-by-play.
Come on,
Maybe.
old jerk.
No. It was actually that's why I kept joking the next day. I'm like, did we just have an 8th grade makeout? We made out on my couch and then we're like,
made SpaghettiOs and went to bed.
Yeah. Literally, we watched like Matilda. We watched like we were so
Matilda.
drunk. I know, listen, it's not a great, but no, we like,
God.
everybody came over for the game and then everybody left. And it's so funny because then afterwards I was like,
story so much.
we don't even talk about it. Let's talk about your fucking crazy weekend.
My weekend wasn't crazy. We're finishing your story.
No, but I'm just saying, it's like funny now in retrospect, and this is how like everything really does go right over my head, and like if somebody's into me or not. Because then after we like made out, I was like, wait, is that why you're the only one still here? He's like, wow, you're just kidding. I was like, I thought you were. Cause
wait,
like,
that's why you're fucking me? I thought you hated me. But yeah, well, come on.
Well, like I just was like, I don't know. It made sense in my head when he was like, I just got to sober up a little before I drive. I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. We got fucked up today. And then, got to 2 hours later. I'm like, what the?
Wait a minute. You kept
Wait a
drinking.
minute. I know. I was like, I think I made you get me more beers.
Hell yeah. What were you drinking? Course?
We're drinking.
Trash cans are full?
Trash cans are full, but they just went out today.
Damn.
I found, oh my God, that was really funny. Drew Montana was there. And so I like come in the house and my brother was there. And I was like, oh my God, there's a little mouse in my recycling can. And then another one that's dead. So like obviously 2 mice had like a fight to their death.
Obviously. A guy stays too long and you're like, I don't know what's up with him. 2 mice, one's dead. She's like, obviously murder.
Well, yeah,
It's a classic whodunit. Luckily, Luckily, Stuart was also in the camp.
But to know how I even noticed is
There was little mouse paw prints around the other mouse's neck.
I brought that in, and then I noticed it, and then and the whole point was because everyone kept putting my recycling in trash, and I was like, guys, come on, I'm a new homeowner, right?
Wrong hole.
Yeah. This is not the first time that happened in the house, you know? And so then the best is, I don't know what I said. And Drew said something about, and I was like, I recycle here. He's like, shut the fuck up. You just recycled 2 mice. And it was like such a funny little, I was like, I know, I brought these dead mice into my house.
You saw that murder.
Hey,
I did.
he brought them up. So Drew.
No, Drew was just like, they were all making fun of me because he's like, you just recycled mice.
Did you kill the other mouse?
No, it was dead. Like one was eaten. And one was dead in a little, like 2 mice fought.
Oh, damn.
You know how like if they get stuck somewhere, that they eventually start eating each other. But the one that originally killed the other one was rolled up in a ball.
Is that fact? Mice will eat the other mouse like to kill it if it's hungry?
I don't know why was
like
that.
all
Why
this
was there
bitch has in here is
why is there a decapitated mouse? So there was one mouse that was crawled up, and that one scared me, and I went outside and I threw it out. And then when I pulled the thing around, the other one didn't get out because it was bloody to the bottom because somebody had eaten half of its body. Jeez. So
Bloody
you put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't get it when guys flirt with me, but
This
I
week
know.
on the Wigger Detectives. It's all varmint deaths. Peggy's got to get to the bottom of it. God damn it. I'm not sure that the other mouse ate half of it.
Why was it half eaten?
I don't know, because it probably was
if it was
starving.
stuck, then
That's what happens. That's what happens.
I guess. It's like, this bitch hasn't eaten anything in months. I'm going to have to eat you, dude. I'm the younger one. I got too much to live for.
Still died.
Yeah.
All that happened made out with the little guy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Death will make you horny. In my experience.
That is literally not a cool thing for me because that just means I'd be horny all day, every day.
You go to a funeral, god damn.
It is true. Sad dick is better dick.
Hey, it's sick.
What's that about?
I don't know about getting the dick, but
I mean,
it makes you feel alive.
It's like the
it's a
first
circle of life.
Yeah, it's like people will get. It's why people get super drunk or fucked up after. It's I need some adrenaline.
I was on a bender and somebody I knew's mom died, and I went to the funeral, and I didn't shower before I went to the funeral. I felt like such shit because the dude is completely fine apparently the whole funeral, and I walked in, I hadn't seen him for like years, and he started bawling and hugged me, and he's like pressing my dress pants up against my fucking lube covered crotch. I was like, sorry for your loss. You're fucking killing me though, brother. I'm cheap. It was a tough day.
It would have been better if he hugged you and he was like, hell yeah, you off a bender. That's like if somebody came in, if I was like in line, because like my mom, somebody died and they came in and they like just smelled of a bender, I'd be like, thank God, one of us had a good weekend.
Well, that's why I'm like, dude, if you get a funeral on a Monday, I was like, well, Daddy's going out Sunday. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you damaged.
I don't got to be there till 9. I'm staying up.
I know, that's late for you. So what about your weekend? What'd you do?
Friday. I didn't do anything.
You smoked pot because that was the day I did my. No, that wasn't the day I did my lights. What did I do Friday? Oh, I went ice skating. I didn't ice skate.
Oh, yeah.
Other people did. I went down to
the river.
Whatever. River rink. It's cool. It's $25. You sit around a fire pit.
What do you do? Drink?
Keys. Yeah.
Crack a couple cold
Yeah. I mean, it was like $7 for a Miller Lite, so Mama got a spice cider and a beer.
Oh, dang.
and then I eventually was like, can I just get whatever's in the spice cider?
I don't
really
skating.
Yeah, there is. So like Kathy,
did you ice skate?
I didn't because there was 4 of us. One of us didn't ever get. I got the tickets. I got a ticket. Everybody got a ticket except for one other girl, and I was like, I'm cool. I'm opting out. You two can go have fun.
You retards, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do a couple laps.
We did like
wetter whistle.
We did a bunch of carnival. There's like a little
carny tricks like games.
There's like games, like a boardwalk game.
Oh, really?
Like the water gun. Shh.
See, my problem with boardwalk, like if you're gonna have boardwalk games, I need carnies.
Oh,
where they like dart. I'm talking pill heads.
No, this seemed like a young kid who just
Yeah. See,
he was wearing a Patriots hat. I was upset.
I want somebody to try to swindle me.
Yeah.
Out of something, Swindle's an underutilized word. Love that word.
Mm-hmm,
Wait, so no ice skating?
No ice skating. We just sat around and drank.
Did you see they have a fucking Christmas light thing you drive through with the goddamn, whatever it's called?
Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people doing it. Yeah, because if you think about it, they don't have...
yeah, there's no money coming in or whatever.
Well, no, there's also no
Nothing.
Dickens Village. You know how like usually the city,
What's Dickens
yeah,
Village?
like it's
Oh,
at City Hall. They
yeah,
usually
yeah.
have like lights, and then you go through like Wanamaker Building
Yeah, the
in Macy's.
Wanamaker.
I don't think they're doing it this year because it's inside. So I think the city or whoever put that
drove
on.
by that. Yeah. They're doing all that outside.
I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm like,
What's like the best, worst winter date? Like, what's the like? I'm trying to think ice skating. I was like, ugh, did I do ice? Yeah, I would do ice skating.
I don't think I've ever ice skated. Ever.
You roll
Even as a
I've
child.
rollerbladed.
so you would crush. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
easy.
I'm like
Same.
ice skating. No.
I get you.
Yeah, I
seems-
guess no, but I mean, people
danger.
play hockey.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I ice skated as a little girl, like
yeah.
when you do all those things.
I was just
where,
thinking date wise. I'm trying to think of like
Date-wise,
winter
terrible.
dates I went
I mean,
on.
I've been on like 5 dates in my whole life, so
Winter dates.
winter dates.
Come over. It's freezing.
Yeah.
Best date. Worst date.
Snow day date.
Go
we,
ice
We
skating.
got that today. That's when
That's
you invite
it.
a girl over, like, snow day.
Snow date.
Yeah.
Little finger in action.
Especially you're like,
Oh, I also
Fun
I
fact
have.
about a snow date. Go on, what were you
No,
saying?
you go. I feel like yours is more fun.
I was hooking up with a girl one time. One of my buddies. We went. They were like a blizzard was coming or whatever. They were like, come get snowed in, and we got. Fucking annihilated. And I come down from the one room at like in the middle of the night, and he's like, my one buddy's standing in the kitchen with like 1,000-yard stare. I'm like, what? Are you all right? He was like, I guess they were fucking, and she passed out mid like on top of him. And he was like, what? Like we were annihilated, like walking around drinking beer. So anyway, my buddy raped a girl.
Oh god, that is a scary one. We're like, oh,
I feel like that should have been funner. And as I was saying it, I was like,
no, but I mean, if you think about it, that is like, I mean, that's a good guy because he like got up. He's like, what is she going to remember and not remember?
yeah. Well, I mean, she remembers we made fun of him mercilessly for it all day, every day for years.
That's a blurry moment. That's kind of like, wait,
Well, at least you have the wherewithal to
baby
take it
girl.
easy shoulder.
Yeah.
Catch you next time, Toots. I'm going to take the rest of my Paps out of the freezer. God damn.
I feel like I've gone on like, I've had
Winter
like some
dates.
fun sledding dates
Sledding?
but again, it's a Peggy date where I'm like, I didn't even know that's what that was. And then all of a sudden I'm cold and the guy's making out
guy's
with me.
like,
I'm
I
like, oh, look at that.
He's like, "This
I got to
cunt-"
go down a hill and I got a little finger bang. Hell.
He's like, this bitch, enough of the fucking sledding. He's like, I just want to go.
I'm just like, this is the greatest day of my life.
This
He's like,
bitch is annoying. She was talking about dead mice. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this chick.
There's one at the bottom of the slope.
Oh my god. Sledding. Are you a snowboarder?
I skied my whole life.
Skied. Yeah, no.
I'm not a
I'm just not a mountain. I don't like winter
stuff.
retreats.
Yeah.
Like people that want to go, like, let's go snowboarding. Like a couple of my friends are going snowboarding with like a bunch of couples. Like I'd rather fucking just stab me in the face.
Yeah.
I could do a weekend of like drinking in a cabin.
Right. But you
Oh,
never like
snowboarding.
skied or snowboard?
I've snowboarded, but I'm like,
Yeah. I used to love
it's
skiing.
not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Now I just feel like, to me, I'm like, the idea of
like
like taking days
activities
off
and- If I'm taking days off, I'm going somewhere nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to sweat on my vacation. God damn it.
Yeah. And not in a snowsuit because that does happen. And there's that.
Tough. That's how I broke my leg for the first time. We went sledding when I was like pretty young, like 10 years old. And it was like one of those metal sleds, like a dish.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my friend's dad was coming down it, and I thought I could stand in front of him and stop it. It broke my fucking leg.
Right there. Everyone should have been, this kid's a winner.
Something's wrong
This
with
kid's
this kid.
definitely going to repeat a couple grades.
You know how I broke my leg the next time? Kicking my stepdad. It's like good.
Yeah. Drew is all steel, though.
I hit it for like 3 days and eventually made me hop on the kitchen counter and get down. He's like, if it's good, just hop down. Like
And you're
hop
like,
off the counter.
yeah.
And I was like,
I can do it.
I'm going to go to Butters. I'm going to just sit down.
terrible.
Yeah. No, I'm not a.
Yeah. Not a winter activity guy.
I think it's all of that. Like, I feel like there's certain people that are like, oh, that sounds like a fun date. Anything that seems like a fun, like romantic-y date, it gives me anxiety. I've been with people where I like that person, and if they were like, hey, do you want to go sit by a fire and drink beer? I'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
But if it was like a planned thing with someone I would be like,
I hate this.
that's why I'm not. I was thinking that I'm like, all that kind of stuff gives me anxiety. I'm like, yeah, that's why you're fucking single. You literally don't like what everybody else in the fucking world likes. Like, oh, cute dates with a person you like. I'm like, ooh, can we just
don't
get
do
blacked
it.
out and
Yeah,
make out?
That's my whole dating life.
Yeah.
People love that.
Yeah.
You just got to demand they do it.
I know.
Yeah.
But I guess it's more normal for the girl to be like, we should do this fun thing. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
and I'm like, no.
no.
Yeah. Do you want to go hiking? No, I don't.
No,
I
not
don't
with
want to go
you.
sweat with you in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not my cup of tea.
I literally just had to do that today.
You went hiking today?
Yeah, but I feel like you like it.
No. Here's the thing though.
You're probably that's a more well-adjusted like adult.
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm saying it's a bad thing. I
We're
don't like
bad.
that.
Yeah, we're fucked up.
Bad boy.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
But I also resonate with like the problem of like that. It always ends up with like someone who wants to do that. They're just like, hey, we should go hiking, and then they are actually the biggest problem on the entire.
Yeah, then
trip.
you hike. I'm like, no, this is your thing.
You
Yeah.
invited
You're
to a
the
thing.
hiker. Don't
and
bring
then,
me.
You know, you're having all the problems in the fucking world over here. You can't
Yeah.
deal. I'm just like, we're just hiking. It's not a big
Are
deal.
you not having fun? I'm like, I told you I wasn't going to have fun. I don't like this.
That's why I was
Yeah.
Peggy, you're not for me. It's just like people expect that to be a good time, but then I'll be with someone who like thinks that's what they should do, and then you're like, you can't handle this.
No.
No.
Like, stop. You can't.
Stinks.
Yeah, like just don't do it if you don't.
My point is like, I wouldn't want to go ice skating by myself. Why the fuck would I want to do it with somebody else?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Especially,
mean?
and then it's the worst. Like, if you
Like-
go ice skating and then she's good at it, I'm like, well, now I have to learn to ice skate.
Yeah,
This
like-
fucking bitch just gave me a new hobby. I can't. You're gonna fucking big dick me at the ice skating rink.
Yeah, we
Could
got-
you imagine? That would suck. You're like fucking falling all over the place, and you got 8-year-olds zipping around you.
Yeah,
being
no.
I
fucking
would, I'd
cocky.
clip her heels, dude. I would actually make her fall. I don't.
tough.
You're
Yeah,
not doing that.
no.
in
Gotta
front
take
of
them
me.
down. It's not happening. It's your showboat. You're hot dogging on our date.
Yeah. Also, it's like, okay, it's that thing of like, if like I might not like UFC. I don't really love it. Don't care for it, whatever. But when I'm with like, especially your boys, like you guys all know about it. And it's
Yeah.
like interesting to listen to other people get into it. That's why I always hate when girls are like, I hate that he likes football. It's like, just be excited that guy fucking uses some sort of brain cells
He knows
that's
something.
not to just fuck chicks. Cause that's what most guys do if they don't have a hobby. So let them be happiest about football. Like just learn it.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily will like, or and vice versa. Like guys, if they're like, she loves romantic comedies. I'm like, let her fucking be
They
passionate
rule.
about it. Who gives a fuck? Just fucking sit there and let her fucking come while watching that. Like, why are you upset about that?
Figured herself.
Like, yeah.
And if she's crying at the end of it, don't laugh at her. I learned that.
Oh, you laugh.
Oh, you're a weak man.
an
You
asshole.
You laughed at a girl crying over a romantic
I didn't
comedy?
mean to. It was just it started to happen. Dude, it was it was bad etiquette. Definitely bad. I didn't plan on it. But it was just the ending.
No, also
line
just
was
don't
too
date a
cheesy.
pussy who fucking cries at romantic comedies. How about that? No,
That's a little.
What? How is it
broke it
every
again, every time.
Every time.
Sorry, Adam originally broke it. It doesn't matter. Adam, you have to fix that. That's your fucking problem, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's what I mean. I'm like, if somebody was, and I get what you mean, like not like ice skating because that's different, but like let's say. I like anything that somebody was like, I want to go
Apple
do this
picking?
thing. That's
That's
who's
not a hobby,
passionate. Who's passionate about?
that.
Oh, you really
Dating a girl that wants to Instagram pictures, that's brutal.
Oh yeah.
fucking call your girlfriends up and go
Yeah.
fucking do it. Like that's
There should
my
be a
point.
service where you can rent hot dudes and take them to the apple orchard.
We should start that.
That'd be sick.
We could literally start that agency and we would make so much money.
feel
Do you know
like
how I could name
Male gigolos,
15,
pretty much.
15 girls right now who I'd be like, listen,
But then what do you like? What's the point? Are you like, this is my boyfriend?
you just be whatever you want. A lot of people like to have vague pictures with dudes.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That's a very fucking mediocre person move. They'll get a hot person in the picture and put it on their dating profile. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, how many fucking weird looking guys will have a hot
it's
girlfriend in the
kinda
picture
like-
that they're not dating? I'm like, what is this?
When random people like I go to high school with or like whatever, like I don't know what it was. Oh, it was probably the 1950 photo shoot that came up. Like a couple friends were like, "Is that your boyfriend?" And I'm like, wildly crazy if that was. And that was like what our engage. I mean, I killed me now.
That'd be the funniest
versus-
fucking thing
that's
ever.
so crazy. We got in costume. I mean, granted, it's the same thing, but it was like for us, it was like fun, like
also
football.
insulting
I mean,
that you said it was
like,
costume because that's my outfit.
I know. I just did my hair. But like that, my point is, I'm like, and why would I be that vague? Like, I have 1,000 photos with Ryan. Wouldn't I eventually
Why
there'd be
that
like,
one?
it would be like, that's my boyfriend.
coming out of the closet,
like,
guys.
yeah, why would I?
I don't think they were using critical thinking skills.
No. The point is though, because a lot of girls don't exclusively say anything. They'll just post a picture, and then you
Yeah.
see in the comments everyone being like,
congrats,
"Ugh,
first
this is
time
official,"
out.
and it's like
Yeah.
they won't answer it.
Yeah.
I don't.
So that's what
Trying
the
to
service
keep
would
it.
do.
That
I'd
could
be
work.
into it.
That could work.
Listen, there's a lot of people that is fun for them.
You know, I think the escort stories and shit like that from New York, business guys will just be like, they pick up a high-end escort. They don't even necessarily fuck them. They just take them to dinner and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Tina. I met her at the office.
How much
or whatever
business is
nonsense.
there for dudes like that? Is there a lot?
Dude,
I think that
That's
there
up there.
probably is because if you
just
think
don't
about
care
it,
about it as much, I guess.
probably not because, well, I think it's a status thing,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it's the same reason why a guy does it. It's not even necessarily that guy can't get it. It's just easier. Like, oh, I have to bring a date to this thing. I have to bring someone that's
You
like
be the hot chick
acceptable.
for this, yeah.
And I'm sure there's a ton of powerful women have the same
Yeah.
thing where they're like, I don't fucking have time for a
Date some
dude.
29-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like do they really even want to date someone like that? You're like, if I just the same as like a guy, like anybody with power, anybody who want, you eventually just like, I just need somebody to get off my back. Like if I kept going to an office party, if I was like a high-end lawyer and every time someone was like,
that'd be so great if you're a high-end lawyer.
I know, I love it.
Yay. Anyway, I object. Your Honor.
Yeah,
Steve's
Your Honor.
a pussy.
Steve's a fucking pussy and yeah, suck my dick. All right.
That'd be sick.
No,
sustain.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just saying words.
Yes, if you didn't know where to go with that. Objection. Sustain.
You're
out of order.
I was like, I think she's having a monologue with herself. You can't handle the truth. It's like, all right.
She's doing movies now.
Man, this is a park. This is traffic court. You didn't have to wear a lady suit.
Lady suit. But yeah, I feel like you eventually, if you go, I mean, it's kind of like if I had money and I still had family that was like obsessed with the fact that I didn't have a husband.
Oh yeah,
like,
you just
I mean, you just bring somebody.
to Christmas.
Who cares? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring a dummy who looks cute. Yeah, you're good.
I mean, yeah.
There's Joe.
I think there's like
Charles or
yeah, whoever. Right? You just call him whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what his name is. I love how you're. I'm sorry. Did you just thought of somebody who would be my date? Yeah, you're like. No, but I think yeah,
there can't be that much of it. I don't know.
I
So I was thinking
there's
the
a
other
lot.
day, how many dudes have OnlyFans? Is OnlyFans big for guys?
That's what I mean.
Because chicks are out of control, crushing it with that.
Oh God.
You know how sick that'd be if you could just beat your dick for money? It's crazy.
yeah.
But then what?
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a different. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like sites
I guess because
for women. It's just not a like.
Yeah.
I think.
Wild move. I'm gonna start looking into that.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You probably make tons of money.
It'd be crazy.
If I was
what do you
hot,
want
I would
to
do it.
jerk off on?
When people are like, some of my friends are like, will post stuff and they're like, I haven't got an OnlyFans yet. I'm like, you should, because you're honestly like, this is all you have. And if I had that, I fucking hell yeah. Like,
Dump my cheeks out. If I had a fat ass,
dude, if I was like looked like hot or over the top in I would fucking yes. Why not? Who cares? We live in a world.
oh, I'm not mad at it.
No,
It's an excellent
it's
way.
just
to make
not me. I'm like
Pretty
my
sick.
only family, like me and a switch are like, what do you guys want to talk about? Football. He's just like one sad dude that's like,
money. Yo, tip me, I'll chug a beer. Come on.
honestly, if there was a market for
What
that,
do you want me to
I
fart
would-
on?
Hey, no, that is, I would never. I am not a fart person. I don't
big
even,
money.
literally, no.
We were just talking about, remember cake farts? You ever see that? The chick farting on the chocolate cake. It's one of the best.
I've
Hall
heard
of Fame.
about it, but
Hall
I
of Fame.
don't. I
I'll
never
show it to you
saw
next
it.
time we hang out.
No,
It's
I don't
solid,
want to
though.
see it.
Don't be self-in in front of me.
I fucking look at this. We have a guest coming.
know.
I just want to double
Light up.
check. My phone just buzzed.
Buzzed. Have we talked about how my feet have started smelling out of nowhere? Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Never knew, was not a stinky foot guy.
Welcome, dude. Welcome.
Stinky feet.
Dude, do you have like a fungus or something?
No.
Have you gone and checked it
My
out?
feet are beautiful. It's just they be stanking. Doesn't make sense.
There's got to be something
It's work.
going on.
I don't know.
Just your overall body, or you have all the sweat glands and stuff like that. They get older just as you do, and
Does that
things
happen?
start to go. Oh my! I'm talking.
What can
I
you
don't wanna
do
put
about
her
it?
on blast.
There's got to be a way you can fix it.
I'm like, this is.
There's too many vain men
this
in the
is
world.
it's not acceptable.
Oh, horrible.
Powder them up. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
get a little
Powder?
Yeah.
That would like chub rub
Oh,
your
you
feet.
put, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, feel like that would give you like foot
Gold line.
rot.
No. Cool. The drier, the better.
No, I'm saying if you put powder in your foot, I
And
feel like
then,
it
like,
would like
the
humidity and then somebody figure it out. What
Okay,
kind
I
of
got
foot
you. We'll
powder?
figure it
we're
out.
talking?
It's definitely been thought about. It's definitely been figured out.
I'm like,
Everything's
this
been
is-
figured out.
That's why my favorite thing is all. Do you get targeted insane ads on Instagram right now?
Of course.
Yeah.
They're all hair replacement and all the rappers sponsoring their fucking videos that are. I mean.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I'm old, I guess. I'm like, these guys are retarded people.
You also
like,
are obsessed with those girls that sell shampoo. So they're gonna
Well,
they're gonna
don't get me
find.
started.
I know. I can't
Yeah,
believe
but that's a way different lane. I'm like,
yeah,
these
but
chicks
no.
just rule.
But but that
love
lane
it.
is like hair thing, and you're also a man. You like so it's like there's like a Venn
algorithm,
diagram that
yeah.
will go that
Like,
is
she
directed
loves
at you.
retards. Hair.
Well, they don't know why you like the
Yeah.
girls. Like they don't know
Well, that's my
why.
problem. I'm like liking all them. Like Zoe's friends send me now. Like they'll find ones around them and send them to me. So I'm building a nice roster.
Oh God,
so
it's
crazy.
so ridiculous.
It's my favorite thing ever. You haven't seen any of this?
No.
It's
I'm
called.
looking it up now.
There's like a bunch of them, but I think
It's
the
like Monet.
main one's called Monet, and they're all like, "Well, I started my business, and it's really taken." I'm like, you buy shampoo from the company you work for, and you resell it.
yeah.
Right.
It's like Mary Kay.
I'm working from my phone.
Mountain.
I'm like, that's like me like selling weed. Like, I'm working right now. I'm like, no, you're waiting for people to text you, and then you put it into your.
Right.
Crazy.
But they're marketing themselves, and it's working on some view.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not buying any shampoo.
I know, but you liking it and getting it gets them more notoriety.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I hope they make billions of dollars selling the shampoo. It's fucking sick, but it's so goddamn funny. It kills me.
It is funny when people are like, "I'm building my brand and business." It's not your brand or your business.
It's not your business.
You are Acme, and you're shit.
You're a middleman, which is fine.
That's great. People love
I'm proud of
middlemen.
you. Listen,
most of the world, middleman.
Is it just MONET?
AT.
I'm getting a lot of ETs.
This is.
He really wants to start his own.
Dude.
Monet official US.
I've never looked at the website.
Yeah, you got to go on Instagram and just find the
On
hot
Instagram.
chicks that are like.
Okay, so this is just like an official thing.
This is nonsense.
This is
Go to what has been tagged
Yeah, you
in Monet.
the tags.
See what they
Gotcha.
who tagged it.
Dude,
Then it's like a girl being
I cannot
like,
get enough of it.
"Yeah, you love it."
All the same videos. They do like I don't know what's that called. It's like TikTok, but it's not TikTok. It's like
The
I
thing
don't
on
know.
Instagram,
Like where they
real.
they'll put like a shampoo bottle and then boop, and then something else is happening. And they put a boop, and something else is happening.
That's just video
best.
editing.
But then it's also I guess whatever. But
Dude, it
it's
used to be called like TikTok. No,
but it's like
video
look at
editing.
my hair. But then they'll step back and be like, well, you're also your cheeks and tits are out. So I think that's why I'm here.
Nobody's
Like,
watching it for the hair girls. And the best is, didn't you say like some of their hair looks worse?
So I don't know.
Oh, some of them I'm like literally some of the girls I'm like I'm watching you deteriorate like
So
in front
just
of me.
like all this shit where it's just like
Yeah,
she's-
but I need like
I know,
this
you
chick-
probably like a
I don't want to
roster.
pull up specific people, but
got
there's
you.
some that
There,
are,
yeah. Or like if you, I bet you
like
if you went to the
electric.
story of this girl, if you went into her story or something, it would be like her.
She's in South Carolina, so I don't think. Ooh, let me
what
see.
is
Let me
that
see that
one?
video with
Yeah.
her with the coffee
Mug.
cups.
Which
Yeah.
it literally looks like a shot of her
That's all right.
sucking dick.
Let me get
Well,
this
I'm
to
also
everyone
like,
who's
hey, I don't want to be a dick, but if you're selling me skincare, hey, maybe post a picture without a filter.
mouse? Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody, literally everyone. My 80-year-old grandmother looks fucking smoking with these filters. It's
Mm-hmm.
insane.
So let's check this out.
Oh.
Oh boy, is
You
right.
see what I mean? Like this is mental illness, right? It's like
mean-
also, sweetheart, I hate to break it to you, you're not creative. You just take Adderall.
Yeah.
Like this isn't. It's
I
crazy.
thought you just blew your hair dry.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's a blowout. Okay,
Yeah.
but then they're all like, they'll come out with something and they're like, this is revolutionary. It's a.
Yeah. And then the other people are like, Queen,
They
love
just-
this for you. And
They
it's
just
like,
dropped
what
like a
do you
wellness
mean?
line and they were like, clean energy. I'm like, yeah, it's just fucking caffeine pills, powder. And then they're like, this is crazy too. And it's just like a shaker
But
bottle.
it's also like her whole point of this is like she's tired in the morning with her coffee and her full face of makeup and a filter and her hair is pooed up and all
And-
messy. That looks way better
and a
than
ring
most
light.
of my hair. There's a ring light and then she takes it out. Monet.
But their whole
It'll
thing
do your
is
hair.
like, their whole thing's like, this is too high quality to
Looks
sell
like
at
she got
salons.
Bonked on the top of the head too. Like her makeup is clearly boshed on the fucking top.
Also, that's the other thing is it's like
All right,
this
give me a
is
different
salon
one.
Yeah,
It's
style.
crazy.
This is it. This is all these videos are. Just,
It's
just chick
nonstop.
puts
Yeah,
you
and
on
it's like
fucking-
and it's like telling them
But I
telling
can't
you
back
why
you
the
'cause
product
I will get
he's
like
obsessed
so
with it. It's
high
all he
and just
talks
watch
about.
them for. I love it. Oh, don't even get me on Men of Monet. Go to Men of Monet if you think.
Where did you even
Oh,
see that?
bud.
Let's see, man.
I don't know how, dude. I
Where did you
will.
even
I will
see
get
that?
high
Men
and
of
go into
Monet?
this
Where's Men of
Go
Monet?
down.
because this is one of my favorite things to do. Or
This is riveting for a listening podcast.
no,
Just
but
like
this one you
Google
don't have to
Monet.
hear. But I like going to strip club Instagrams, and then you go to the guys that comment on the strip club pictures,
Oh,
and
we
you
gotta
want
do a
to
whole
have a
episode.
peer into darkness. It's like, holy mother of God! Like I don't know. People are like, I don't know. I would not have a problem with people. That guy's one of my favorites on the right.
All right. Over here.
First of all, he doesn't have hair.
So I said,
He's going
he sells
bald.
it. I'm like, bro, I can see the color of the wall behind you. Like he does like a poof up. Don't bring him up. This
Yeah,
is
I
fucking
got you.
brutal.
This guy.
Oh my
This
god.
guy. What the? You can't even
Dude,
see his hair.
That's him.
Be you, not them. I mean, you're selling a product.
He looks like that's like a Melania Trump fucking jacket.
Definitely.
Who really cares?
That's fucking
But I mean, it's
stupid.
kind of. I mean, if you want to have a good time, get high
Yeah.
and search "Men of Monat" hashtags, and you will. I mean,
So a lot of people in the Northeast do it because it's not really a lot
It's
of
gotta
Delco
be.
people.
Well, that's
a lot of
it's
Delco
worldwide.
girls
Whoa,
are
excuse me, worldwide, 7 different countries.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry.
Excuse you.
7 different countries. I like how that's like a lot to them.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. Oh, it's so fucking funny. But they have the one guy sells. He's like, I'm the hair guy, and he's getting like 600 likes on these pictures, and I'm like, I'm a hairless man, and my ass cheeks have more hair. Like, it's fucking crazy. And he's got like the Nazi youth cut where it's like shaved on both sides. I'm like, you better be bringing a salad if you're gonna have that haircut. It's fucking crazy. But I'm just like, I don't know. You don't want to shit on him too hard because you're like, I wish I had that belief in myself.
Or confidence.
Like, holy shit.
Dude, I see that all the time with people who are, I'm like, I know this bitch in real life.
Yeah.
What is she
that's
doing?
the other thing. Yeah.
It's like wrestling kayfabe. They're just all believing it. You know what I mean? Like I think I know. It's,
Well, it's also
I know, but
the
like at least
funniest thing if
wrestling
you-
has a story. What's your shampoo story?
Well, then it's also so clearly transparent because they'll put out like the meetup nights and they're like, look at like all of our fucking winners together, and it's just fucking dime pieces. I'm like, oh, so this is the thought meetup, not you fucking single moms in the summer. You bitches just go ahead and buy that product pack and sling it. We'll see. You guys will make it to Vegas next year. You need to be able to wear a thong and not gross everybody out, though. All right.
Yes.
Sorry.
That was just mean for no reason. Okay.
I love it.
Love it.
Every promo video they make, you're like, well, this is just the fucking smoking hot chick. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
that's crazy. It's like every fitness person on Instagram. They're like,
You go deep, dude. You guys. Are
dude,
you
they're my
going deep
favorites
on
too.
anything on Instagram? You like losing your shit and any stuff, Peggy?
that's like all.
Well, during quarantine, I did get really into what the fuck is it even called? A TikTok. I would watch these girls where it's like sliding, where like, you know, they like, and it's like all
it's
that
like
club
that-
music. It's like, yeah, and they like,
It's not dancing,
it's
it's
like sliding, and it's like,
But it'll put you in
like,
trance.
And like, literally the one Asian girl, first of all, smoking hot body. I learned a lot from her. Okay, I watched a lot of her.
Peggy sucking dick and her feet are just shuffling down. Like, why is there dust kicking up? I'm trying to get my dick sucked.
I'm like, I'm practicing. The faster you get, the better you look at it. She was like, oh, and that is the other thing is like, I, was on the 4th floor of my house. So I'm like, it was hard because I'd be like,
Oh, were you practicing? Fuck. God damn
Dude,
it.
I had some dark nights. Okay. A little red wine in a bag.
Definitely. Yeah, dude, come out sliding just on.
I would fucking literally. You could take a finger off of me if I could have video of Peggy doing fucking stomp stepping.
Japanese, like Japanese style.
Do you know what the
cut it off with a
video
knife.
is?
Yeah, yeah.
What's that called?
I
Stepping.
don't know. I
think it's called stepping. Look that up.
Yeah.
Dude,
I thought it was called slot. Wait,
Those
it is stepping.
and-
But seriously, honestly, it puts you in a trance. And like, and I don't hate that music.
That's my monad.
either. Yeah. Like I was like literally like jump roping to the music and watching her slide and just be like, hell yeah, I could get there one day.
The worst part about why.
I could get there.
If I just dedicate 15 years of my life.
Honestly, I should start videotaping it. It'd be the funniest
Dude,
video.
that'd be
Just
so
me
fucking
dead
funny.
serious, like, whew, okay, I was a little off that time.
Just rolling on Molly. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
honestly, it does give you that feeling of just happiness, you know?
See, that's so sad.
When I know it's so
And
sad.
I'm like, no, I'm saying it's sad for me that you like that's a good thing to watch and be happy. And then I'll be like, someone will be like, that's really mean. I'm like, no, it brings me joy to shit, like think of the most vicious shit I can. I'm like, I love this.
It's a shame because I think some of these popped up.
It's stomp.
Come on.
I like those in the rollerblading videos.
Oh,
the
I mean-
four-wheelers.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy. It makes you be like, I wish I had that skill.
Yeah, but then you got to spend all that time. Did you go to a lot of rollerblading as a kid?
I did a little bit, yeah.
That was where everybody made out for the first time. A lot of fingerings happening.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I never tried the four-wheelers.
I was,
the quads.
just probably like hardcore, just dancing by myself. Other people are getting,
No, I'm good.
I'm great. I told you that story. Oh, yeah. Remember, I used to draw myself next to the punch bowl. Nothing sadder than a Peggy O'Leary childhood memory.
That's a big time bummer.
I mean, it also makes so much sense of like why a guy will be in my house and I'm like, oh, I think he just like wants to watch Matilda with me.
Me?
Oh
my
what it's
God.
fucking called. God.
What?
Matilda?
Shuffle.
Shuffle. Sliding.
Well,
Like
right.
that thing.
Because I always
Say it
there's
was.
this one girl
Stepping?
who keeps stepping like that kind of shit.
shuffle.
All right,
Is
got
it
it.
the Asian girl from California?
So I'm gonna sling it over to you.
I think. Oh wait, this might be her.
yeah,
I love
got
her.
you over here. Just 'cause
Yes.
that's the screen I need.
Is
Is that her?
I think
Just get
this.
it so
Wait,
people can-
no.
Also, white chicks are loving California, wherever that is. What is that, Sedona?
Arizona, like
Everybody's
that
doing
area,
it right
yeah.
now.
Wait,
Big accidents from California. You want to just see a couple of these? See what the fuck?
I mean,
Just
It's-
wet my beak.
this isn't the girl, but
no.
Nah, but I
she's-
like her. Fan. I mean, not fan.
Yeah,
Kinda,
covered your face for a reason. That is not.
It's not really what
Grow
we're
out
looking for.
those
More like
bangs.
this, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
you want
more,
like this.
Yeah.
These girls are too young.
Me, are these
These
girls
girls
14
are-
or?
Yeah, it's like just shuffling like that. It's
Right,
just,
but these
yeah.
guys aren't that good. Like I can do that level.
Gotcha,
We gotta
gotcha.
find this girl. She's fucking good, dude. I don't think so. No, I
Is
did.
that chick? She looks like she's good.
No, I think it's the same girl. What the fuck is that girl's name? I could find her.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, but this stuff. I
well-
gotta be honest. This stuff is crazy town.
Oh, it's so sick.
It's so good. And honestly, they're
What we're watching is they're doing
They're
like all the
literal-
light
It's gonna take
shuffle,
so
just, like,
long
that
to learn
is
to do
how I like to dress as well. That was like, remember when the Justin Bieber Sorry video came out? Literally, all of my friends called and was like, "Did you give fashion tips to that entire
remember what he looked like in
music
that
video?"
video.
No, not him. It's all girls dancing to Sorry. He's not even in the
Oh,
video.
really?
They're all really good dancers. Yeah, that's the big. That's the big song. No, but it's pretty great.
That shit's so weird. If you obviously not like a.
But that's how you. That's
like a
when I was
music-
like deep sadness, and I would like you'd be like, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I'm like, "No,
I'm flagged out.
I can't."
Well, that's like. Whoa.
It is a good song though. Okay, that's very loud. I'm sorry,
So loud.
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
But
Holy shit.
wait,
But
hold
yeah,
on.
I mean, broke it again.
Sorry, dude. I'll look at
Let's
it.
go. Let's take a
Yeah.
break till he gets here.
Go to breaky break.
Ay, ay, ay. We're back, baby.
Welcome. We have a guest here, one half of Dadmeat. Mike Rainey's in the building.
Yeah,
Thank God we
boy.
weren't recording when I just said that bad word. We're not allowed to say it.
Rhymes with maggot.
That's not it.
No, that wasn't it. Rainey, I love the outfit. We got a zip up.
Dude, I'm fine.
Dude, I will say this is like a wigger suit.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm slowly morphing back into my wig ways.
Yeah.
As soon as
It
I saw a
does look
pocket
like you-
knife, I was like, wigger material. I
Well,
love it.
I took it out of my
this,
center
is
console.
this is Percocet Mike from fucking.
I'm getting back to it.
Yeah.
I'm getting my perk itch back.
I'm just going perkless.
This is actually this was your character in Delco proper.
Oh my God, I'm living the dream right now. But yeah, I got like a half block away, and I was like, let me take my knife out of my console.
Because I live like 3 blocks. I live right above Pose.
Okay.
And then we walk up here. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it could get weird. It's dicey. We had Naeem on. I don't know if you know Naeem. He's a Philly
Oh,
comic.
I know of him. I've
Yeah,
never
but
met him.
he's like, yo, I almost got killed like 3 blocks away.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. But it's we're good.
Yeah. So you just started a studio. Wait, I want to just bring this up because somebody commented on Twitter or something about how you guys, I like your podcast, but I'm over to the fucking goals. What is that about?
Yeah, it was very right on. But so I couldn't argue with the guy, but it was like through our Patreon, like when people leave the Patreon, they have the option of filling out an exit survey. And most of the time, people are very kind or just very simply like, I got laid off or I don't have enough money. Every now and again, you'll get one that's hyper descriptive and makes you think like, damn, is that really going on?
Yeah.
And this was one of those where it's
Are
like,
we retarded?
Yeah. He's like, I signed up for like comedy, not yoga class with 2 retards. It's like, all right,
You guys
that's
are
fair.
both like really positive fucking. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and it's like,
It's good. It's genuine though. People will do that shit, and you're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude,
you know what I mean? Because he did. Tim, remember at your Punchline show? I think Tim ended his set with like, "Hey, man, be nice and fucking don't." And it was like,
And it was really
you could tell
uplifting.
some people were like, "Yeah, man, yeah," and then some people were like, "No, fucking gay, bro." You know what I mean?
But all I read when I read his comments was just like, I wish I could be this person. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because to me, I'm like, it's like why people say like, oh, you're into yogi, oh, you're into meditation.
Yeah.
You must be like,
Yoga
it's like,
rules.
oh yeah, I'm sorry, we're not all just our dads who like held in our energy
yeah.
and then did like
Never
lines
tell
of
your
cocaine.
kids you love them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah,
I mean, the fun game in my house was my dad would come home and he'd crack the belt and we'd all run around like, daddy's home. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
my dad would just go into the printing shop out back. he was bitching about he fucking hates Trump. It was so funny, and he's like bitching about like, dude, I fucking hate just all these scumbag grifter. I'm like, I mean, you do have a felony for counterfeiting money, so I was like, I feel you, but pump the brakes.
Yeah.
But
But wait, sorry, you were saying so I interrupted you.
I forget.
you were
But-
saying the positive. You were talking about Tim.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
guys
it
being-
just all stems from the fact that like we're both cocksuckers at heart,
Yeah.
and it's taken a lot of modification and reflection to get to a point where we realize like being a fucking dickhead 24/7 doesn't get anybody anywhere.
yeah,
Right.
So it's not even so much as just like like baseless optimism. It's not like fucking Joel Osteen who's taking out fucking PPP loans.
True.
Right.
When he's a fucking
He's
millionaire
just being
20
a
times
piece of
over.
shit.
Yeah, but it's just about like, okay, everybody and everything like works to their greatest benefit
Right.
when you're trying to help yourself and help the people around you along.
Yeah,
Right.
True.
Also, that to me is so like when I have like listened to a podcast where it's a person who grew up in California and they came from this very like spiritual
Yeah,
life.
granola
I don't relate to that. But
Yeah.
like people, and maybe it's just because we're all wiggers, but like you and Tim being
Welcome to the
like,
Wigger board,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Like literally like you guys being like, fuck it. Like you stay sober and turns out I actually do like my wife and I have kids I love. And you're like, fuck. I could also be a fucking, not a total fucking idiot.
Now, truth be told, 10 minutes ago when I met Peggy and Ryan outside, I mentioned how much I wish I could start doing pills again.
Oh,
So there's that.
We're always
very
going to
honest.
feel that
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
I just want to be positive enough so my podcast makes enough money that I can get a plane.
Yeah.
And then die.
And then die doing a bunch of
I want
fucking
a
drugs.
belly full of perks and some whiskey.
Dude, it's funny. Like, it doesn't take much for me to get to a point financially for me to think, like, man, I could start doing coke again right now.
Dude,
If I got like $200 in
Yeah.
disposable income a month, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I can start thinking about generational wealth right now.
yeah. The girl I'm dating right now like makes really good money, and I'm like her talking about like finances. I'm like, I would be the biggest piece of shit if I had $100 more a week.
He told
Like,
me,
I'm like,
he told me what she made, and I was like, dude, I literally was just gonna text you like, turns out we're getting Christmas bonuses this year. Like, mama and dad are gonna get fucked up. And then he's like, she got offered this much money. I'm like, I am the poorest person.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I like
Yeah,
was just
I'm
so
with you.
excited. Like, I'm like, oh, I get it. Like other people get Christmas bonuses it's for their kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm treating daddy to some
insane.
cocaine later this
Yeah.
month.
Because I have like bricklayers genetics. Like I was born, I was just born to be a piece of shit. You're like, you're retarded.
Yeah.
Right. I just had this conversation like 3 weeks ago with Tim about how I feel like I'll always be a degenerate.
Yeah.
And like I feel a streak coming on and I have to
Oh.
find a way to funnel that
Yeah,
in the most
and
healthy
We
way
both
possible.
just came out of. I mean, I think
Ooh, Nelly.
today.
I mean,
I did take a 2-hour nap before I got here because I think I'm on the end of my I was in a manic episode for the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks. Like, fucked 4 guys in one weekend. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, you
Also,
did.
talk about like it used to be like you'd be scared to get slut shamed. I was like, I'm gonna get coronavirus shamed. Like,
fuck that.
they're like, we don't care if you suck dick, but like, did you give them a rapid test beforehand?
Fuck that spoiled cum in my belly. I'm worried about Corona.
At any point, did you think about sucking dick through a trash bag?
Yeah, I mean, always, but that's just because
You
I
have
like
a
to try new events. Yeah, I bought a house, so now I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
well, that's the thing. Is like I bought a house.
Oh, yeah, I saw that picture.
I haven't lived like on my, and I had to take that picture down because you know why? I went to
Your
the
address?
fucking no.
Creeps.
You
You
creeps,
did
but
say your address in the
I did
video.
accidentally
I was
say
like,
it,
"Bad
but
move."
it's a bad move. But no, what happened was I went and saw Shade and Matt's like election night thing.
Yeah.
And so at one point they were like, I was trying to steal beer from them. And it was like they had like a 7-hour podcast. So at one point I was like, I'm gonna make this fun. So I like went into the front and sat in a front seat. Like like the front row.
Dad
and I was
finally
like,
let me up front.
yeah, I was like, give me that beer, Shade. And like, so then he's like, nah, get out of here, Pedge. And so, like, so then everybody's like, it's like 6 and all them. And a guy in the back just goes, Pedge just bought a house. And like, even the guys on the panel were like, and Shane was like, how do you know that? And then I looked over and the guy next to me was wearing a Tires Etc. t-shirt, which is also funny
Yeah.
because that means that guy went to a tire shop that is owned by fucking
Yeah.
what's his name's dad,
Yeah.
and bought
Oh,
a
that's an
t-shirt.
actual shop?
It's an actual shop.
Oh shit.
That's why the show was called Tires because
Oh,
the
okay.
actual store is Tires. It was just funny where I'm just like, I'm gonna get murdered tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to take that video down because I'm like, I don't need a bunch of weird. and then like Shane kicked me out
Some
of
guy
that
with a neck
episode.
beard stabbing me
Like
to
he
death.
kicked me out of Punchline. Like literally, I mean of Helium. Helium, like literally, Dubs had to walk up to me and be like, Peggy, you gotta go. And I'm like, is this fucking serious? And Shane was like, lock her up. So then the next like that night, I was like, fuck you, Shane, I'm gonna get murdered. He's like, actually, you should take that video down because I have fans who don't get that it's a joke,
Oh,
and they're literally going to show up and be like, "You don't like Shane
You
Gillis.
ruined the cast.
You ruined it."
Oh my
yeah.
God.
But yeah, that was a little scary. But yeah, I did buy a house, and it was. But whatever. Now I'm like, I've lived with my parents for the last 3 years,
Hell yeah.
so now I'm like, I have my own house, so I'm like, everybody can come.
Do you
over.
miss anything about that though?
Well, I still work with them and have dinner with them like 3 days a week because my dad constantly tells me how much he misses me. So I know it is sweet, but it is pretty guilty.
Yeah.
Like today, I was like, I'm like,
Come eat pot roast again.
yeah. I mean, it's like so funny. He's like, well, you don't have a show. I know. And I'm like, I feel like he is weirdly
I know
listening to
you
the
got nothing
podcast or
going
something.
on.
He got on Instagram and he now knows my schedule. He's like, you don't have a show tonight. And I'm like, how do you know that? The fuck, Dad?
Was he the one in the back of the helium yelling, "Pig just bought a house"?
Yeah, it was my dad.
It's like, who's that guy in the suit back
he
there?
is Shane Gillis' biggest fan, so I could see that if he secretly was like into that podcast.
Does anybody else live with your parents still?
No.
Oh, so your dad's just wrecking his meat with the doors open now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think he always did that though. My
Yeah.
dad like doesn't know what modesty
He has
is.
to take his pinky ring off. Like, he's got a lot of jewelry on. Kiss the crucifix, put it on the mantle.
But I
Daddy's
mean,
gonna crank one out real quick.
nobody lived there for a while. I mean, because I moved down when I was 18 and then I didn't come back till I was 31. You know, like a cool person that I am.
Smart move, though.
I do a lot of meeting up at Peg's parents before we go to shows. Like, I'm here. Go in, say hi to the aunts.
Oh, and they get so it is funny if like Ryan comes picks me up and I leave, I'll get a call or a text from my dad just like, oh, he didn't come in and say hi to me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't
I
also
gotta
control
come
my
in.
friends. You also he demanded me give Ryan's number to him on his birthday. He's like, well, I have to text him. I'm like, I think this is wildly not okay, but you know what? Ryan of all my friends will love it.
Without, dude, you were like the Aunt Easter Bunny. Just go to sleep early in the hopes that like they can wake up when you're there.
Basically. That's how the fuck it goes. I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you a fan of ants? Are you a MILF guy?
I am. I find myself looking at.
This is what I wanted to get. You feel like he got that far off look in his eye. He's like, actually.
Deep thoughts of jerking.
I find myself looking at a lot of porn with women that look similar to my wife now.
Oh, that's good though. That's a good sign. I feel
that's
like
good. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's I gravitate toward it. And there's times where like I think it's her. Like I'll show you when we're done. But like there's one picture where like I sent it to my wife. I was like I don't think it is, but is this you?
You cheating on me?
Yeah.
Well, do you think maybe there is like not to like deep psyche this, but like a bit of a like cuck situation where there is something kind of like you don't want it to actually happen, but the idea of somebody else fucking your wife is kind of exciting.
It could.
So that's why your brain is going like, no, that's her.
Well, you just like what you like, right?
It could be, and I've told her before.
Yeah, but
like,
that's yeah.
I've told her before that like because at first we were both very weird about finding out about exes or people that we slept with, but then like one day we just got it out in the open, and I was like.
Yeah.
I'm glad we talked about this because now it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
And now that that's out of the way, it feels like, oh, okay. If I saw a video, I would probably beat off to it.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
they
there's
say
something
your
exciting.
imagination runs wild. Your imagination's always worse than what actually happened. Except
Yeah.
for like the one out of 1,000. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's like when somebody cheats on you or whatever. You're like, I don't want to. You're like, you want to know, probably. Because in your
Yeah.
mind, you're like, oh, you got a train ran on you. It's
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
she got drunk at a party and got fingered by a fat guy. It wasn't that bad.
God, that
I
sounds
mean,
like
it
a great
was.
night.
Peggy's like, that was Sunday. but,
Hey,
but yeah.
he wasn't a fat guy.
No, yeah.
Okay.
The porn stuff, I don't know. I've been talking to everybody about because do you see Pornhub took down all unverified
Yeah.
videos now?
I don't even watch Pornhub though, man.
See, all I do is Pornhub. I don't switch it up. Peg, where do you watch your porn?
I don't watch it.
No.
She's no porn.
Once in a while, I do.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Hey, when you're feeling crazy.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
and the
I
next-
actually always say it's because I've told you this. We've talked about this endlessly about this, but like it's because I think my imagination is better. And there's like when you're having sex and something crazy happens, it's like it's like comedy. Like if you watch a show that in that moment you're like, that was the greatest show, and then you watch the video of
recording
it,
of it,
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that missed the chemistry of it. That's how I feel. Like sometimes I'll like watch it and I'm like,
Yeah.
no. I like to remember what it felt like to be in it, not to watch someone get fucking drilled from
Nothing's
behind.
worse than
Like,
watching yourself have sex.
well,
You ever done
never
that?
gonna do that.
It's-
Wildly never gonna do that.
If you're hammered, you're like, oh, make a video. And you're looking like, cool boy. That is
No.
tough.
I have
My-
enough insecurities. I don't even know what my face looks
My
like.
dick's way thinner than I thought. I'm trying to put something in there for scale. This is embarrassing.
I'm like the opposite, Peg. I feel like, well, as exciting as my sex life could be, porn, I get lost in porn. It's like, I think if I got stuck in real life, it doesn't match up to stuck porn that I watch.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Are you
I'm
talking
not like a
stuck porn?
monster.
Yeah.
What's
Do you know
stuck
what he's
porn?
talking about?
No. What's stuck
I
porn?
went right over. There's porn where people like pretend to get stuck. They have like mom porn that
insane.
they get stuck and
It
they're
doesn't
like,
make
I
any
can't get
sense.
out. He's like, oh, what's happening?
Stuck where?
Like
in a room?
In the
Any place you
dishwasher.
get stuck.
Oh, like your shit gets stuck?
No,
No, like physically
her head's
stuck.
stuck. Like under a desk. I'm not gonna click on anything, but here's some lady sucking a dick.
Okay,
we
so
can
she
clearly
gets
see-
stuck,
yeah.
and then what happens?
Well,
Somebody
You still have
comes
to fuck her.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you could use WD-40,
Yeah.
but
Or use any upper body strength to move. But no.
Wait, I don't like that I saw this because
Peggy's gonna start getting.
Peggy, I brought that up. I didn't know about it either. I had no idea that was a thing. I'd be like, get this
I'm
dumb
also-
bitch out of that chair. What's wrong
Normally,
with
when you guys bring up something in Pornhub, I'm always like, "Oh, see, that's like too much for me." I'm like, "I like this idea. This is like a pizza situation, where it's like, oh, I might get stuck in my crawl space. Someone's got to come save me. God damn it! I hate that I like this now.
Peggy's
This
gonna-
is the thing. You know what? I lived a very blissful life of getting fingered on my couch with a 25-year-old. That's a fun night. That's a beautiful 8th
Old-fashioned
grade.
thing.
Yes, I'm an old-fashioned
Baby, it's
gal.
cold outside.
Yeah.
Drink now.
But now I don't have to because listen, guys my age definitely don't want to fuck me right now because they're like, this bitch is not slowing down. But 25-year-olds are like, yeah, this girl knows what she wants.
rules.
So like, I'm just now gonna even make them even like be like, I'm like, okay, push me down the crawl space.
Come over. I'm gonna change my.
Listen, here are the keys. Then I'm gonna lock the door.
Right. Go outside.
I don't like this.
It's gonna
Okay,
get too complicated.
this is upsetting. I hate everything
I'm gonna go
about
change
this.
the sump pump in the crawl space. Come over. Show up with the pizza.
Yeah, somebody change this sub pump. That's all I'm saying. No.
Fucking good lord.
But see, that seems wholesome to me. Just
It's
like
not.
just like a good girl that just accidentally gets a little stuck trying to do her
Yeah.
own manual work,
yeah.
and then
I just love to think of the guy who came up with that. The ingenuity
no,
there.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
real.
you had to where'd that start?
no, that definitely started with your wife got stuck, her ass was out, and you were like, wow, you look great, and she either was into it and was like, fuck yeah, or she was pissed off, and then that made you put up a whole genre of porn.
You're a very healthy person because my
Nobody
version
would call me that.
of
but
the origins of stuck porn is that people get off on the helplessness.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what it is.
situation.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it is.
yeah, but
Or you're in complete control
But
of it.
it's not helpless like, oh, I don't know how to fix this. It's helpless in that you can't move and I can
Can't
do what I
move.
want.
Yeah. And that's like that leads down a slippery slope, I
Yeah.
feel like.
that
Right?
actually makes me not healthy. That makes me naive and why I shouldn't be alone
Yeah,
in my
Peggy
own
is
house
super-
with Shane Gillis fans knowing where I live.
Well, then you're the kind of person that gets stuck.
Yeah.
Dude, when she
Thank you.
moved-
That's
she
the
moved-
nicest thing anyone's ever said.
You're gonna get stuck, then you're gonna get stuck.
Hell yeah.
She moved into the house and I came over and she was like, oh, that's what she has a TV in the front and then she set up like a pop-out lawn chair.
Oh,
She was like, well, I wanted to meet neighbors, so I figured I'll watch the game and chain smoke on the porch. I was like, yeah, you're definitely gonna meet the coolest dudes in the fucking neighborhood. The first night I got there was dudes doing like home improvements on the house next door that were clearly meth head,
Oh,
pill
so-
heads. Like, yeah, you have a
They
ladder.
start at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I like these guys.
We're all drinking. It's like 10:30, and they're like, "We're gonna paint." I'm like, "Lock your fucking doors, dude." But Delco, baby.
Yeah.
You're a Delco guy, right?
yeah. I haven't left yet. I'm 42 now, and boy, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No.
No, do you want? You don't want to though, right?
Yeah, you know what? Part of me does. I just want to not hear neighbors at some point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if how practical.
Are you in
that
a
is.
row home?
No, I in a twin.
Oh, in a
Okay,
twin.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Dealing with someone.
There
that
are
close.
single homes in Delco. I love how you're like, I can't. I have to get out of Delco to have a single home. I live in a single
Yeah.
home. You could
It's
not.
like my street.
yeah. But what if somebody on the street's noisy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm always going to be the noisy person.
All right. Yeah.
So-
I'm not. I'm just. I'm a serial killer. Like, I have all the. I check off all the boxes.
Oh, as a kid, were you like a firelighter, animals?
I was scared. No, I was scared of fire, and I loved animals. And
And then I brought them together, and I realized I love death.
A cat got stuck in the ottoman one day. And
I just lit its ass on fire.
these furry fleshlights now. Yeah. But what were you saying? Finish. What you were saying.
But I would like. I didn't have friends, so I would like gather all my stuffed animals and like give them the personalities of people.
Oh hell yeah.
And that's where it started to get fucking weird.
No way.
That
Yeah.
just makes you a good storyteller.
Or that's like for me, that's like a wholesome imagination.
Well, then they would get
Yeah.
stuck under the dresser.
Yeah, right. Then
They're all lined up. Start stacking them like pancakes. They're stuck.
Why
in
are there
stacks.
holes in all of Mike's fucking stuffed animals?
Oh my god.
Karen, why is our son's stuffed animals have holes in it? Okay,
There was
is
a
that how
kid-
your dad sounded?
Did you fuck any inanimate objects? Were you fucking stuffed animals?
No, but when Peg mentioned that about getting fingered on the couch, my
Let's keep repeating that.
my friend Bobby and I, when no one was home, we would play Firehouse on the couch. What that entailed was that we would be fucking the couch cushions or between the couch cushions, and then all of a sudden we would get a call, so we'd have to stop. Like firemen do.
That is like literally the most Delco sentence I've ever heard. Like, even in that, you're like, we're still volunteer firefighters.
Yeah, even the kids are first responders.
Listen, I fuck the couch while he makes the spaghetti, and then we get called out.
Yeah, let's fuck this couch real quick. We gotta teach people how to change the batteries in their smoke alarms. We gotta show single moms how to put car seats in. It's book day. Oh my
it sounds
god.
like an absurd sketch now. Like that's
I mean-
how ridiculous. That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Sure it
but
happens.
That's a ton
Yeah,
of
that's a solid porn.
We had a weird relationship. I would watch him shit because I would be afraid that he was leaving. Because when he would say that he's going, and
that's
Dude.
bad.
these are not checking the boxes of all serial
Yeah, these
killers.
are-
This is just a codependent alcoholic. This is.
Okay, another reason why I think it's very serial killer like behavior is like that's why Jeffrey Dahmer
Right.
murdered people in an apartment because he didn't want them to leave.
Leave, yeah. That
Oh
was his
shit! Well,
thing.
then I'm a serial killer because literally last week Ryan and Zoe pretended they were
yeah.
gonna leave. We
Does
were
that
all
know
like
how
getting
that
drunk.
shit's so-
I come out of the bathroom and like Zoe never does anything like this, and like she gets all serious and she's like, but she's pretty. She can be kind of cold hearted. Like she'll be like, "That was funny." Every time I do a set, I'm like, "She hates me."
Oh yeah.
We talk all the time. I'm like, "Why am I also upset your wife doesn't like my stand up?" And she's like, "We gotta go." And I look at Ryan, and usually I would know
Yeah.
that he feels guilty about something because he won't like make eye contact, and he doesn't make eye contact. He like combs his hair back, and I mean, when I tell you my heart dropped to my stomach, I was also pretty fucking drunk. But I was like, what?
That's why I also did it. I was like, this is the perfect time. She's gonna be pissed.
I was like, you didn't even let me text a dude. Like, you're just gonna leave me alone? I could have fucking texted someone to
You
be
were
here
so
by now.
perfectly happy and perfectly drunk. I'm like, I need to ruin it.
That's a tough one though. Like when you're drunk and you're having fun, it's especially tough to be left alone. It's like being left on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want the good times to end.
Yeah.
That's why you're worried about your boy leaving.
I was, man. I would sit on the tub while he shit.
That would make most people leave. I want to know what's up with Bobby that he stayed. He has his own codependency issues.
I'm picturing like 8-year-old you in this outfit. Just opening and closing your pocket knife. Like,
Sorry, I just laughed so loud.
figure it out, Bobby.
Was he? So he was okay with you doing this?
Yeah, he was
Okay,
fine with it.
he was-
Because he was like, I was
Did he
never
also-
leaving, you psycho.
Did it go
Did
the
you
other
have
way?
siblings?
Sorry.
No, you're
Did it
good.
go the other way? Did he also was he? Like,
No,
maybe okay?
I just used to do it to him. Like he was pretty well adjusted and he had a lot of siblings. So
Oh,
Are you an only child?
no, I have a sister, but we were never close.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll throw it
So-
off. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
That's pretty.
I
That's a
didn't know where
tight
that was
move.
going. I
Dude,
didn't know.
boys do weird shit when they're fucking kids.
Yeah, but I think girls
Yeah,
do too.
Sure,
Like,
yeah, for
I
sure.
think everybody does.
Kids are
and
fucking creeps.
that's why it's like, it's funny when you hear about those stories of the people that like the parent walked in on them doing something fucked up and the parent like scolded them and then they have
Well, that's
wildly
what
crazy
happens.
shit.
That's serial killer. That's what makes
Yeah,
serial killer
like
serial
that's what.
killer.
Yeah, that's what. But like I told this before, is like my dad walked in on me and my friend Mare making out with our couch cushions, and I looked back, and he just was like, walked away. He just like gave me a nod,
That's the right move.
and like literally, and the other day he just goes, "I always thought you were going to be a boy," and I'm like, "What?"
How old were you when that happened?
Probably
17.
like. Yeah, I was like a slow to start. No, I was probably like 8 or 9.
Was he like, Peg, you should really think about buying a house?
No, he literally doesn't want me to be there. I live a mile and a half away from them, and he guilts me at like 5 o'clock when I get home. He's like, "What are you doing for dinner?" I'm like, "I just left your house. Like I work
so
at
sweet.
his house." You know what I mean? I see them every day. It's crazy. It
He's
is
the
cute.
best.
He is the best. He's but I think it's like I think two things happen. If you're somebody who's like, I don't know what the fuck my kid's doing, you either are like, you give them a sign of like, okay, I'm gonna pretend this
Take it
didn't
easy.
happen,
Yeah.
or you like get wildly crazy. And I just like he just was like, Peggy, Peggy. Like he wanted me to know he was there. And then he was like, all right. And I'm like,
Where are those
okay.
cushions?
Yeah.
Like, flip
Oh,
those over
thanks,
there.
Meg.
That side of the cushion's mine. Those are daddy's.
All right.
Fucking.
Terrible.
Cushions does throw me in that. I don't know. How's that? Does cushions throw? Because I feel like I could think of like my sister probably making out with like.
Sorry,
a
not
doll.
cushions, but like, okay, so sorry. Let
Oh,
me
you're
make
making a
clear.
pillow.
So no,
Throw
no,
pillows.
like I say cushion because you know those like old fashioned like cushion chairs, like where they have like a side that's like pumped.
Yeah.
They're like fancy like
yeah.
living room chairs that we were
You had,
making
like, your
out
legs
with
You were
the.
like
Throw it over the
standing.
side of it.
Like,
Yeah, I had my legs. Like my
You straddling?
Yes.
You were an 8. You were 19 years old.
No, you know the story. I fucking was the most sexual person when I was really little. I thought I could get pregnated with a hand. I didn't know what sex was, but I did know whatever the fuck I was doing could lead to babies, which is its own weird Catholic. Why the fuck did I know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
But and then I got my own room for the first time when I was 12, and I got a little white TV. It was 13-inch with a DVD, and I would play Nintendo on it.
Oh.
Okay. And I would come home every day. And my mom thought I was playing Nintendo. I wasn't. I was just fucking wildly, like, I just had the game on so they could hear something.
Yeah.
Because I still knew that was weird.
This girl loves
Like,
Zelda.
Also, what did I fucking see that these are the thoughts I had? Like, cover up the sound. People are going to know you
get
fucked a hand.
That's Catholic
And then
guilt.
it was raining that day, and a lightning hit as I came, and the TV broke. And I never fucking masturbated again until I was older.
Oh my
Because
god,
I literally was like, God struck me down.
dude, the hand of God was about to finger you.
Dude, I came so hard. I'm still chasing that. Chasing.
Chase it.
There
The first time
he
I was there, the first time she ever told that story, we were in Kentucky. Everybody was like,
So weirded out. I was like, there's something there. And Ryan's like, yeah, just not the
I was like,
place
it's there.
to
I was
try
like,
it.
just saying it though.
You just did an hour that these people didn't want to like you, that you got them on your side. And you're like, I'm going to tell the weirdest fucking story that
So
I've
you guys-
never said aloud.
You guys know finger an 8-year-old, you know? You guys,
One guy.
yeah.
But yeah.
That's rude.
Jeez,
What can
man.
you do, dude?
But yeah, I was traumatized for a while. But that's why now I fuck like I'm 22, you know? Because there was a good 12 years
She
where I
says
just
that now,
didn't do
and
it.
she still talks to dudes, and she's like, "That guy liked me."
Oh,
Like you were talking. He came over to talk to you for 45 minutes. You're not that interesting, Peg. I love you.
I think I'm interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm
then.
kidding, but you're like some dude will walk up out of the blue. I'm like, he doesn't like your shoes. He likes you. It's like, fucking give it.
I know, but I wish he liked me for my shoes.
The Bo Jacksons, baby.
yeah, very cool shoes.
Thank you. Turns out that's not what guys want to marry. Like they've never been like, I've never met a guy who's like, that's all I wanted. A wife that would walk down the aisle in fucking sneakers.
You never know. You might have like the Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Instead of Phoebe Cates getting out of the water, it's you at Foot Locker, like, slowly tying your shoes.
All right, don't make me come right now. Okay.
Just a pair of fucking Air Maxes dripping water out. They're in a plastic bag.
Oh,
Yeah. I love that fucking movie.
That's a great
God
movie.
damn it.
I just watched it like 3 weeks ago. It was still super funny, and man,
That holds up, dude.
Boner City when that
Oh.
when that scene pops
Yeah.
off.
That's one of the ones that takes you back to like the first time. What was like the first movie you watched with like when you thought I was like, oh, fucking chicks are the best.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see that till later.
There was I want to go back and do this, but like I feel like I've lost the appreciation for just seeing titties for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like every movie in the 80s had them, and it was just like,
Yeah.
all right, this is about, you know, a kid that's lost in the woods, and all of a sudden it's like a camper with their tits out. Like, hey, do you need help? It's like, all right, that wasn't necessary, but it was appreciated.
Yeah.
It was a tit with like wonderment. It was just a good time
Yeah,
tit.
yeah.
Now it's like, all right, well, is she getting her face fucked or is she gonna get stuck in something? This is gay.
Also, I do think in the 80s they still had like, because that was right before supermodels became a thing. And so like even in that movie, like Phoebe Cates is obviously like gorgeous, but she's also kind of a curvier white girl.
Yeah.
Like she's not like she doesn't have like a 6-pack. Like she seemed like
Yeah.
a normal person. She had thighs or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the 90s, every fucking movie was just like like rail thin girl
Yeah.
that you were like, what the fuck? Because
Yeah,
when
what
I watch 80s movies, I'm like, why wasn't this what I watched when I was like 4 or 5? Because then I wouldn't be like that upset that I like didn't grow up to be a fucking supermodel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, the best compliment I ever got was someone told me that they were like, "You remind me of the girl from Weird Science," which reminds
Kelly
me of-
LeBrock?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Which my sister looks just like Kelly LeBrock, but
I don't know what she looks like.
she
Pull her up.
looks like Megan, my sister
Yeah.
Megan. But I remember.
Peggy's got some hot sisters.
Oh man.
Yeah. It sucks to be the worst of it.
Pretty sick.
I'm the tallest and the biggest. They were just like, and then baby Huey came.
She did say that. She was like, I was a huge baby. I was like, no way. And then I saw some picture of her kid. I was like, fuck, that's a huge bitch.
But that's why I think I was like so well adjusted as a kid, is because my sisters were all like 12, like 13 to like 6 when I was born. So my earliest memories are like 4 teenage girls. But also teenage boys were always around because my mom and dad were always like the party house. And I just was always around people. And so I think they were like, this child is so big. And will, like, you can see it in videos. Like, I'll be crying, fake crying. And someone's like, smile for the camera. And I'll be like, and like, I'll dance for them. They're like, this kid is like a crazy person. Like, I'm sure everybody just like loved me because I was like a massive child, had no idea. Like, ooh, you're going to have a rude awakening when you go to kindergarten. People will not love you this much in kindergarten because you will be fat.
Big drop off for
Yeah.
big babies.
That's a hard.
I mean, honestly, I think I came back home depressed the first day at kindergarten. I think my mom was like, we shouldn't have let her go to school.
Really? I feel like kids are going to be so
Okay,
much more
well, this
fucked
is not
up.
what she looks like, but that,
That's
yeah.
her now.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Kids
Never
are-
seen
Oh, you would love
Weird
it. man.
Science? Oh, it's good.
Dude, my dad made me watch.
But that, like, my sister Megan looks just like same kind of up nose or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously not my
Like her
body.
nose and all stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah, big lips.
That's what my dad made me watch like
This one mattered
the
for
fuck
me.
was it?
Yeah, I was
Like
trying to ask
Animal
you.
House.
Yeah.
No, that's good for you.
Animal House.
Yeah.
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 Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
yeah. What the
Uncle
fuck was the
Buck's
other one?
so good.
Dunstan. What was it? Dutch? Did you ever
Dutch,
see Dutch?
yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh man.
Mm-mm.
Dude, that movie ruled. It was who? What's that?
Ed
guy?
O'Neill.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill. That shit was great.
I love Ed O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man. That one thing about him that always bothered, it wasn't even him, it's his character, but how he never wanted to fuck Peggy.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
I never
dude,
got that.
Well, because that's like
But that was
my
like,
type of just a white trash. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a real pile of shit.
Yeah,
It does nothing.
Absolutely.
but that's why I think
and
with
she's
like,
a bitch. You're like, fucking,
Yeah.
God,
but she
be mean to me.
wasn't. She wasn't. If you remember, she wasn't a bitch. All she wanted was him to fuck her.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
she was
he
just
was
like,
like,
she
yeah.
always wore heels.
Yeah.
Like she was like, but that's why I think there are people like now, like the dumb people that like rewatch 80s and 90s sitcoms and are like, well, this is why the American dream is fucked up. And then it's like, no, I mean, that dynamic was like, he was like a fucking lazy piece of shit
Yeah.
dude, and she wanted to fuck him. Honestly, you should think about it in a different way where it's like, turns out women get older, have kids, and they're like, yeah, let's fuck now. And he was like, I don't want to fuck because I'm an old man who can't get it up anymore.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
that's why I
why,
got Blue Chew now.
yeah,
Science catches up.
yeah.
Everybody's
We
gonna
are
be fine.
sponsored by Blue Chew. No, we don't. I wish.
That'd be sick.
But yeah,
I don't know, dude. It's fucking
What,
weird. Are you worried about your kids with that shit, social media and all that?
Yeah. I
Because they're how old?
I try
They're
to
young,
think about
right?
it too much. Well, they're older, man. 17, 14, and 10.
Fuck. Yeah.
And
10?
yeah,
Oh no, Tim has a young
kids.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's
kids
what I
are a
was
little bit
thinking.
younger.
Sorry,
Like
yeah,
mine
I
are
was
mine are older and definitely internet age. It's definitely worrisome. My son's got to be on the verge of destroying his meat.
Yeah.
He's at
So-
14.
He's 10.
Oh, 10.
So
yeah. So
the
he's-
girls are the oldest. So
I feel like it's probably better to have older sisters though as a guy, right?
That's what
Like I feel like they'll be less fucking animal. Like he'll be less of a scumbag. You would think.
I hope so.
Depending.
I
Well,
hope
I
so.
think that
Yeah.
like
That's me.
because you've met my brother, like, and we've talked about it, it's like he definitely had like scumbag friends, and he has like he could. I mean, he also is like a recovering alcoholic now, so it's a little different. But he always had 4 older sisters. So, like even when he would like there was like an 8th grade scandal or whatever, and like caught wind to one of my sisters heard about it and was like, you made out with like, and like freaked out at him, and he was like,
damn.
I didn't know. So like I feel like he did like have a little bit more of like, oh shit, right, I like my sisters, why would I disrespect
Be
these
a piece
people?
of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure, like I've said this before, like if Tommy and I were just Tommy and I, we would be, I mean, I would definitely be fucking in rehab, in and out of rehab. Like I would have been way much more of a scumbag. But we
Yeah.
had like 4 mean girl hot older sisters that were like,
Yeah.
don't do that. And you're like, okay, I won't do it. I
You
won't
think
do
that'll
it.
work in your advantage?
I don't know. Like right now, like especially with my son, he's very hyper aware of people's feelings. Like case in point, last night, I got home late from jujitsu and I just went to Wawa. I just texted everybody. I was like, "What do you want?" I got home and actually my daughter ran in there and she got the stuff. I got home. It wasn't what we wanted, and I knew all he wanted was this like cream cheese pretzel or some shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I went back to Wawa and they didn't have any of the shit he liked other than fucking ramen noodles. So Yeah, they're great. But, you know, but I brought them home to him, and he could tell that I was pissed that my shit wasn't right the first time. And he always does this. When he can tell that I'm agitated, he'll say, "How was your day?" It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's a sweetie.
But dude, then he said the sweetest thing. Like after he finished his noodles, he said, "Thank you for the meal." Just like, oh, dude, stop.
You feel like it's a prison meal.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think I have to worry about him being sweet. The one thing that I definitely worry about is I know how addictive my personality is. Like that's the thing that I'm very attuned to with any of their behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's easy
the
to
fact
spot,
that you
like,
even
red flags with that kind
Yeah.
of shit. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
and the fact that you know it, and also like you yourself have done your own shit for it. It's like at least if they do fucking get wild, they at least know they have someone. Whereas like I feel like I know with my family, like we were all wild. My parents were like out every night. Like my parents, like my earliest like stories I'd write about a kid was a kid who was left at home because her parents were socialites. I remember I wrote that story and like my teacher like called my mom and was like, and my mom was like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I don't know. We always had babysitters. But like, so it was this thing of like, my parents are like, if they had done work and knew, like, even if I'm not saying like they should be sober because they weren't bad parents, but like they weren't even aware what they were doing were going to affect us. So then all of us like kind of hid this like we don't drink thing and like we don't smoke and like and then it's this hidden thing and then my parents are doing this dance and I'm like honestly if I had a parent like me like if I had a kid and eventually I caught them drinking I'd be like all right like let's talk about it whereas like my mom was just like the conversation we had was don't get raped. No.
Oh, really?
It was literally like don't she didn't say it like that but she was just like literally, she called me. You
better not fucking get raped, dude. I'll tell you right now.
Here's like, my mom is from Malvern, so like she doesn't have a Delco accent. Don't shave. Stay fat, and then won't fuck you. All right. But literally, my mom said that to me once. She's like, I think I never lost weight because I never wanted guys to hit on me. I was like, this is really mean to say to your child that is fucking fat. But like she caught me drinking. And like 3 days later, we were my niece Sarah was being born. We were in like the cafeteria of the hospital getting coffee or something. And we sit down, and she's like, "We gotta talk about something." And I knew it. Like it was like 3 days, but like Megan having Sarah was like it kind of like eliminated.
I saw the lipstick
like,
on the couch. We gotta talk about this shit.
We know you got drunk and made out with the couch again.
You're eating all the Hot Pockets. You're getting cheese on the fucking couch.
Yeah, be honest with your mom. Did you fuck that chair again?
Because it stinks.
Her whole point was like, don't get so drunk that you like aren't aware of your surroundings, which I find is not a wrong thing for her to say because she's like a different. I mean, we're 36 years apart. Like when my sisters were younger, nobody talked about rape. It was like, don't get too fucked up that you could put yourself in that. That's like what they thought they had to tell girls. So she says that to me, but I'm already like a pretty like
wherewithal.
Already aware of shit, already like, watch too much TV I shouldn't have watched that I was like, I literally looked at her, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, mom, I'm not, I don't like you mean guys? And she was like, well, I just, and I'm like, and I like, even then I want to be like, just tell me not to drink. That's weird. Yeah. But
Pick
like,
one.
but the truth is like, I honestly, and this might be fucked up, but she's basically like, I can't control children. Like if you're going to drink, besides you coming in and fucking up and doing all that, I can't control you. If you sleep at a house, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. But hey, here's why it's not great for a woman to like be.
Yeah.
What is that called? Like
I don't even know how you would explain it. Because it's so fucked up because like I have like younger siblings and I have like a brother that like you're not worried about that. And then my sister, I'm like, it's hard to be like, you've seen me fucked up and be crazy my whole life. And then I'm like, you can't go do that. Because then I'm like worried about you.
Right.
Because you're like, I felt you feel like you can handle yourself to an extent, but then you're like, fuck. It's like such a hard thing to be like, don't do that, but do, you know what I mean? Like, because you want them to have a life and have fun, but then you're like, shit. you know? It's got to be, I can't even imagine with kids. Like, fuck.
But it's like the better thing of like, and I don't know if it's because of my personality or whatever, but like that also made me be like, oh, right, I never want to be that girl at a party that everybody is excited that she got too drunk because she might do something or whatever. Yeah, but if
No, you don't want to be like the fucking person people are telling stories about kind of thing.
Right. But not even just that, but just also the girl that I've known that like never had the fucking confidence to be like, oh, I just didn't want to fucking walk out of the room or whatever. Whereas like literally since that time my mom said that, it's probably why I'm really bad at dating because I'm just like, what are you trying to fucking do to me right now? And they're like, literally just standing next to you at a bar. Don't give a fuck. But like there is that.
I think you fucked my couch in high school, actually. But
Any stories like I mean, well, you have nephews, right, Brian?
No.
Nephews?
Nah.
No, okay. So
I have nephews, but don't
I got you. So I have nephews, and I was just and by the time I talked to them, I was like probably like 19 or early 20s, but I was just like, all right, we're just in a car ride, and it was just like, what do you guys want to know? Let's just do this. Let's just get it out of the way. You guys are old enough now. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Nah, all my uncles were like, all my uncles had kids when they were like fucking multiple kids by the time they were 26.
Right.
So when I was a kid, they were kids. Like looking back on it, you're like, oh yeah, you guys were, you were fucking babies. It's so crazy to look back and be like, oh yeah, no shit, they weren't.
Have you had
like,
to have that conversation with your daughters?
I have, and they're pretty aware of like the issues that I've had with like alcohol and drugs too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've addressed it, saying like, look, I don't do this anymore. Like once I hit like a year sober, I spoke with each of them to say like, look, I did this. I don't do this anymore. So if you have any questions about it, like you can ask me anything about it and I'll answer that.
Right.
But also, I know at least my oldest listens to my podcast and I just talk about it constantly on that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know they're aware of it. And we've talked about substance related issues before, separate from me. And then also my wife is really good about just having open and honest conversation. Like it's difficult for me to just walk up to my kids and be like, blah, 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 shooting the shit. Whereas like, it's like a weird disconnect I have. Whereas like, I would have no problem doing that with you.
Well, yeah.
However, if it's something very serious, I'm more comfortable talking about that than I am about making small talk, which leads to like typical conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, like I have had conversations with them.
What about like dating stuff?
Yeah. Specifically with my girls, because it's with my son, like, he's 10.
Yeah.
His extent was like, he asked my wife recently, he's like, what age am I supposed to get a girlfriend?
Also,
That's the cutest shit.
honestly, your kid is the cutest.
Yeah,
like
he is the
he
sweetest.
is literally the sweetest kid that's ever existed.
Yeah.
I think that's why
Let me know
maybe
to
I
check
think,
the boxes. I'm not trying to embarrass myself over here.
No, because I feel like you like all like his little like when he was little, he was always very like so maybe that's why I always think he's like younger than he is. But,
it's hard. It was hard too, just because like we knew it was the last one.
Yeah.
So like everything was just like magnified, and also he was just super cute
Mhm.
and super funny, and everybody doted on him. So, but with my girls, it's just so different. And we, let me see how I could say this without divulging too much information. Like we've had experiences, my wife and I, with like kind of like thrown into the fire with like shit related to guys that we probably would have never anticipated. So that was kind of a wake up call, but I think that led to like more direct conversation,
right.
saying like, look, this is what's out there. People are super fucked up.
Right.
You need to be aware of.
Yeah, it's through no fault of your, if something fucked up happens, it's not your fault.
Right.
But just know that, the people that are the guy that's telling you nice things to get you to go to this place, these are his motivations.
Yeah.
And oftentimes like guys do really fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And it's not like you putting yourself in a situation or anything like that. It's totally on them. But just be aware that they do those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like people are capable of shit, but you still want to be like, it's got to be crazy because you're like, you want them to experience their life, but then also be like, people are fucked up.
Yeah.
Most people aren't, I don't think. But it's like, I don't know. Especially with dudes, you're like, that's fucking, you know what I like?
Yeah, dude.
You have to be so worried about every situation that could happen. I would drive myself crazy.
It is. And it's just like, I see it, just from my experiences and what I've seen just from being young, but also, I've worked a lot with teenagers too. So I'm aware of like how problems might have morphed from like my time being a teenager to now. And it's just scary. And it's hard to like try to, kids are already like really aware of shit happening because one, they see so much more and they're aware of so many more things, through the internet. And it's just like all this shit's bombarding them from the time they're a young age. Whereas like, I had to find like fucking titty mags in my dad's
Yeah.
basement to be aware of. Like,
You had to put the work in.
dude, right?
Now it's like, yeah.
I'll never forget. Like the first time, like I saw a vagina was like it was one of my dad's magazines. It was literally like that because like I ripped out. It was like a picture of like
Your
a woman
eyes just
spread
lit
eagle.
up so.
Oh, I'm transported back in time right now. But it was a picture of a close up of a vagina, and I could not believe it looked like that. So I ripped the page out. I went up to my room and I sat in my closet, crisscross applesauce, and I'm staring at this like I'm trying to like
Move over stuffed animals.
Yes, dude.
There's a new
I'm
shower.
trying to solve like a fucking murder. I'm like, what even is this?
I get that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But like kids now, like it's like
Yeah, you can
It's-
watch. If
yeah.
you have a phone,
Sure.
it's fucking, yeah, that had to be like petrifying to think about. 'Cause
Yeah,
you had
and
to,
the
you had to
veil
put the
lifting
work
on-
into stealing Playboys out
My
of my
God.
friends' dads.
yeah.
We had like the friend white trash pervert dad, and we were like, this is the holy grail. He's
Yeah.
always blacked out. Like he falls asleep, they're in the fucking clock in the
Right.
living room, dude.
Oh my
They
god.
had like a
Oh,
grandfather's clock, and they were down the bottom. It was, and they had a hot
classy
box.
of
It
all
was crazy.
places.
Yeah.
Right, Kate?
Just 3 white kids sitting in the living room with blankets on their laps.
We had scramble. We had scramble in his room. That's what, that's what
the
mine
best.
was early on, like 4th grade. Yeah.
We were just having like Mexican standoffs to see who would fall asleep first. It's like, you're jerking. It's gonna be heavy blankets in this living room tomorrow.
That's one thing that I never had happen, and I hear that in so many different guys saying like in their friend groups they fucking jerked off with their boys or in the company
I
of their
never
boys.
did.
Yeah.
But it never popped up to me. The one thing this
You're
wasn't
like,
even
I just like to
close.
shit in front of my friends.
That was it. I was gonna say the
I was
one
a
thing.
scat-
then
I
it
was a
just like,
scat
all
play
right, I'm
guy.
a shit guy.
I'm a shit guy.
But my friend Mike, like he used to do this thing, and it's still one of the most amazing things, and I would pay to see him do it now. But when his parents, we would wait till his parents weren't making any more noise, and we knew they were asleep. He would get on the floor of his bedroom, put his cheek to the ground, and put his ass up in the air, and he could fart as long as he wanted to. And it still is one of the most amazing things I've ever been a part of.
It's so amazing how
I
things
had
that'll.
no idea where this was going, and it was never going to be that.
I was like, he puts his
never
ass up in
thought-
the air and
Just
I know.
face down,
I thought it was
ass
going to be
up,
so crazy,
farting.
and you're like, and he farted in the most
Oh my
beautiful, most poetic of ways.
It's so
like
funny you
they're
have those
playing
just
glasses.
ridiculous memories of.
They're like playing.
We were in like 8th grade. I failed that grade. It was my second time through. And I would, every single day, I would come into this guy's class and throw a highlighter in the fish tank. And then I would go lay on my back on the back and pick my knees up and just fart with my lower back and get sent to in school suspension every day.
Jesus, man.
Every fucking day.
We would have. I know we say this all the time. We would have never been friends
my
and
God.
children. Oh my
Terrible.
god! I would be like,
Seventh grade. Seventh
right? You were
grade.
dancing out front of your house.
yeah.
Out of
I would be
control.
like, this kid is out of control.
Yeah.
Also, I hate fart stuff.
Because my best
No,
friend
dude.
Bill loved it. I didn't like farts. He loved it. So I was like, I was playing for him.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate this teacher.
You always were a little hack for the audience.
I'll do what needs to be done.
No, yeah, I come from like a house of like my house. They've like Tommy always farted. My mom, like it was like a running joke. Like they all fart, and so I have like PTSD of like how much I hated it.
Oh no.
PTFD.
Yeah.
You've been gassed too much.
Like literally, my mom and everybody would laugh. My mom would be like making food and then just be like, "Bow." That's how her
Yeah.
fart sounds. Still to this day.
Like that.
And she moves her
1974.
butt like it's a dance. And like they
Like a
would
deep
all
bass.
start They would all start laughing about it. And I would just get like, all of that
Right.
freaked me the fuck out.
Gotcha. My
Um,
sister's like that.
yeah.
Dude,
My middle sister's like that.
when you said that about deep bass, that instantly made me think of my mom farting. That's when I knew she was up because there's times where you hear people go to the bathroom and they go right back to bed. When I knew my mom was up for good in the morning, she would pee with the door open. Right before the piss stream would start, you would hear this bass heavy fart, like fucking Michael McCrary from Boyz II Men was warming up backstage. That'd be like, all right, I'm gonna eat soon.
You have 2 kids. You can't hold that piss
Yeah.
fart in. It's like,
Yeah, no, my mom had 6, so it was just like, bow. It had its own fucking.
sound like fucking Thundercat.
And this
Stevie
is the other
Wonder's
reason.
about to start singing.
It's like another reason I think that like I am was flawed as a child of like finding someone to love me because my dad would just laugh at her and be like, "Isn't she beautiful?" Like as a joke.
No.
But like also when you like have that and you're like, I'm
That's
like,
not a joke, though.
hate.
If you can hear a lady fart and you're like, that's why I love her.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's
Whose
chill.
asshole's that? That's daddy's.
Dude, she's like in a moo-moo, her tits are down to her belly, and she's like, "Isn't your mom the best? She just sewed that." I'm like,
Oh,
you guys are so fucking cool and cute.
None of these
This is why
Instagram
I like
models
to
are
fuck a bunch of dudes and tell them to call me a slut because I can't.
you know what you should do, Peg? You should get your mom to like fart up like a sweatshirt or something, and like seal it in plastic, and then if God forbid, if your mom happens to pass away before your dad, just one day walk up to your dad and be like, Dad, I wanted to give you this. And it could be like when they play those,
Just
like,
put it right next to the urn.
yeah, dude, bro, you know, like when they have like people who like
They're
donate
It's
their
gonna be a full
hearts.
casket.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. She's Carol O'Leary is not gonna be fucking cremated. Okay, she's the wife of a funeral
It's like
director.
open case.
When people have
Yeah.
like when people donate organs and then you find out who the organ who got the heart and the parents listen to it and they cry, like that's what you could do. You could hand your dad the fart pillow.
Just open a jar and it plays one last tune.
An old man smelling fart sweatshirt. I miss you so much.
Give him a shot of Afrin first. I want to experience this.
But that is like why I'm like they do weirdly like love each other still.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
that's solid though. That's
No,
good.
it's
Nothing's
great.
worse than being around like a couple who's been around like together for that long and they hate each other. It's like
Yeah.
fucking kills you.
Yeah,
It's tough.
tough
Wait
sledding.
a bummer ending.
But you couldn't have that with your wife. You fucking.
I
you're
do.
like weirdly.
Yeah, I've seen you
You're
post be like, I
over-doting
still
on
love
her,
the
and I
cheek.
love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, dude. And I mentioned this to Butterly a couple days ago. But
And you
like,
constantly talk about going down on her, which I can't
Yeah.
imagine her being like
Pussy
super
eater.
excited about.
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure she's into the down part, not
Yeah.
the like talking about it in
I
public
think
form.
she's desensitized to it now.
It's
but
love
like,
language.
dude, there's just something. It's like I know I'm lucky in the sense that like she's still very attractive, and there's just like every now and again, it's like probably what your dad feels when he looks at your mom doing that. But like there'll be times where like I'll be ready to go to sleep, and I'll see my wife just like brushing her hair, and I'll see like her cheeks wiggling, and then at that point, it's like it ignites something within you.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Turn that hat backwards, baby, and go.
Yeah. So her cheeks
Get
are
my
like
wristbands.
her cheeks are like your mom's tits for me. So,
Yes. Oh, no, my mom has a huge ass. My dad's an ass man, 100%.
Who isn't?
I'm regretful because my mom had a fat ass when it wasn't popular.
And you didn't
Dude,
appreciate it.
So did my mom. Dude, my dad also would always remember that Anna Nicole Smith. I've talked
Yeah.
about this. That old
Of course.
that like commercial where she would be rolling around. She's like, I'm thick.
Yeah.
My dad one time goes, see, people like fat chicks. I'm like, I'm 11.
I love
Who doesn't love a fat pillhead? Come on, guys. You're just
Oh my gosh. so
God.
Did you ever
crazy.
show him the picture of like her dead? Be like, look, she's got a new commercial.
No, he would have saw money signs. He's like, I'm trying to bury that one. He's like, I like to fucking take care of those ashes.
Overdose by
I like to get her stuck in the ground.
Oh goodness.
Sorry.
Is there any of those
Fucking
stuck
a
in
dead
a
person.
cemetery? No, not
Jeffrey
fucking-
Dahmer. We talked about him earlier.
No. I mean, like,
Stuck in a
are there like
I don't know.
cemetery stuck ones?
I haven't
I mean,
seen any.
if you can think of it, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the great thing about
I never go too deep with the porn.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch a lot, but I won't go down certain
Rabbit holes?
because I know I have.
To me, like that's one of the most comforting aspects of porn is it's a lot like how normal people view libraries is like there's more than I could ever consume.
I know it's out there,
Yeah.
but I'm not ready to research it
It's too much.
too much.
And there's high production of whatever you could think of.
Yeah, that's my.
And then there's
problem.
low production. And
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
kind
See,
of
I like the low production.
too.
That's
Yeah.
what I want. It's artsy. It's like a vinyl.
Yeah, dude.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like I don't need.
or it feels more true to life, which is what I say. It's like that's what's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's a lot. I don't like the high production stuff. I don't need a
I don't
fluorescent
either.
light on someone's asshole. It's like I
Yeah.
get it. I got it.
Yeah, like to me, like leaving something to the imagination is bad lighting.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
I dig it. That's my problem. I don't like girls. My girlfriend does not wear underwear. First girl I've dated like that. I hate it. I love some underwear. No?
Wait a minute.
Huge fan. I like
Like,
some booty
I dig
shorts.
it.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
It's
I'm on board.
upsetting sometimes taking a pair of pants off. I'm like, God damn it.
To that
Oh,
point,
more
yeah,
here.
yeah.
to that point, I like to smell my wife's used underwear. So if she just stopped wearing underwear, like that would be an issue.
Yeah, because you have to
Oh,
just
yeah.
smell her pants.
Yeah,
That's
it's like we're not
weird.
gonna lay there with jeans on my face like a goddamn
Yeah.
fucking
Gonna smell your
monster.
Wranglers?
Yeah,
I'm gonna cut my nose on the zipper.
I'll button them in the
motherfucker.
back.
Just tie the pant legs
Yeah.
behind your head.
Walking around the house like a horse. With
Yeah,
a
because
feet
also,
on,
I will
It's
say
like
this.
Rambo eating your pussy.
just in the bush.
Yeah, because there's something fun about like also the first time you like hook up with somebody and like you're still like you're both just like in your underwear. Like
Yeah,
it seems too like I don't know. Maybe I'm very Catholic and that's why. But I'm like there's something fun where I'm like ooh, I haven't seen it yet.
There's an extra veil. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like a man with some
There's
panties
nothing wrong
on.
with that.
Yeah.
You have any boys that ever did that? Would wear chicks' panties?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That was a thing for you?
Yeah, no, I knew a guy that did that. He like got caught wearing his girlfriend's underwear. Like she came home and I was like, I never understood what that was. Not that it's like whatever, dude. If you're
That's a little
that's
bit
your shit.
Cross-dresser thing too. Sometimes they
No,
wear
like
these
she
underneath.
went. I think they were fucked up, and she like left the bedroom for a while. It was like a college dorm thing situation. And she came back into the room, and he was wearing her underwear, and I was like,
Well, okay, but couldn't it be on the same realm of like a girl that wants to wear her
boyfriend's t-shirts.
t-shirts or boxers? Like there's something about like being inside.
But then
like,
there's your shitty
your
nut skin
yeah.
hanging out. You know what I mean? That's
Depending on your
I'm
meat
just picturing.
situation.
Yeah, I
both.
mean, I'm not saying it's a pretty thing. I'm saying maybe he was just like, I kind of want to know what that.
I just
feels
love her
like.
so much.
You're not wrong.
He's got her vibrator. He's like, I just love her, man.
We don't shame on this podcast.
You were trying to be too progressive. there.
Whatever people want to fucking do,
I mean,
whatever
do
gets
it.
you off, you know.
True.
If that's what, yeah.
That's my
whatever.
problem with everybody now. You're like, you can't make fun of everything. It's like you can do whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want, but you can get shit on for it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good point.
I'm like, yeah, whatever happened to being. I don't know.
Yeah.
My girlfriend
Like if
just
somebody
drank.
hurts your feelings, that's kind of your problem.
Yeah.
What's the
Unless
one?
it's too
What's,
brutal.
what's the one thing that you guys have like had the hardest time digesting that you found out somebody you know is into, and had to have been like, okay, I have to be cool about this because they like what they like.
So I knew that one of my exes would go to like specifically massage parlors that he would get like a happy ending.
While you were together,
Yeah, and I found out, and I
That's a
right
tough one.
away was like, we were also in this weird time where like I just was like, there's so much other things happening. Like
I'm too busy right now.
no, I can rationalize. Like I didn't open up an email and I see that he's fucking another chick. I see that he like has to go and this is how he releases himself. So like I, for like a week, talked to all my progressive girlfriends and was like, have you ever heard this? Like, and like there are people that like, that's what they need to do to like
work construction,
relieve
baby.
whatever. Like, right. And like, it's
Sounds
also
like good
like,
lunch.
he also was like one of those guys who I knew he definitely had like a Madonna horror thing,
complex,
and
yeah.
he like did not love when like I wanted to like be
Get
too
crazy,
sexual.
yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, all right, he has his own fucking. So it was a week of me like, and it was a lot for me to finally like say to him like, hey, I know you do this thing.
It's a tough talk to have.
And I went to like go into the whole like, and I'll be okay with it. It's just more of like, I just don't need you to lie to me about it. And like that's like what set him off to being like,
Did you do it in an Asian accent?
Was he upset about that?
It would have put him at ease.
I was wearing like a
had a
short,
kimono
dark.
on.
Yeah, I had a kimono on. I was also like, I so.
I thought you were gonna do it. That's why I was trying to walk you into an Asian accent.
Come
but
on,
you're
Peg.
smart.
I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know he was lying about it. So that's another thing in the story.
So
I
then,
didn't
so
know he was
then,
lying.
so
You
then,
caught him in
why
it.
that was hard was like then he lied, and we dated for like that was like the start of him being. But it was funny because I'm like, that conversation could have gone two ways. Like I was already dealing with the fact that I was
you would have been
upset.
cool with it. is-
yeah, that's
Like you
awesome.
missed a
Jeez.
home run, dude.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
He started beating me after
It's
that.
like- yeah.
Basically, he was like, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "All right."
That's like watching a guy not be able to hit a T-ball. You're like, you had it, man. It was there. Like you're playing kickball and you see a guy strike out. I'm like, that's on you.
I don't know, like just tell me about it, or like, is there something I could do to emulate that, or if that's just
Venmo
what you
me
have?
$40.
All right, maybe I'm like again. It's another thing of like why I'm such like a fucking weirdo, insecure about some things. And
No,
I'm
I
like,
think that's
I'm
crazy
so
secure to do
progressive.
that.
No, you were.
That's
the
insanely
secure
secure
You
for
were
a person to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
You were, yeah.
Yeah, he
found out-
was
yeah.
way
But
outlined.
But then he went on to be like even bigger dick. So it almost so it was
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. Like I'm like
That's just him feeling
he
bad
fucking
about it,
accidentally
so-
left something open, and because that was his big thing. Is like you look through my stuff. I'm like I always work from home on Mondays, and I use your iPad.
Yeah.
Like I thought you actually like I literally was like he wants me to know this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because it was like, it was
Rub
a
maps
Google
were up.
map to where it was. It was the name of the place, what kind of massage.
Peggy, stop looking at
It
this.
was literally like, I didn't have to do research. It was like there. And I was like, I called my friend. I'm like, what does this mean? And she's like, that's a rub and tug place. And I'm like, why would he have a walking map to it? And she's like, because he went to it. And I was like, okay. But yeah, so I guess I was actually not that bad with that one.
No, you were very mature with that.
On the scale of things that are that bad, it's not that bad.
He missed the boat. I mean, he clearly could have loved you a long time, but he did not play his cards right.
No.
He freaked out.
He freaked out.
He went Godzilla on you. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other
tough.
stuff another partner would have done that was Ryan. You got anything?
Dude, I've
anything that
never.
they-
I mean,
I know you're out there.
I can't think of-
getting stuff.
no, like
No,
everything.
no.
Like my boys, I don't know. Like I had a friend. One of my close friends was a fucking Jack Shack guy. Huge into it.
Okay.
But I was just like, he's. I'm related to him, so he's got some addictive personality. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. I don't know anybody that's I'm trying
But
to.
there
think of
was
somebody. I had
anything that somebody you dated had like where you're like, I can't get past it.
I mean, there was a girl I dated that used to want to fuck, but make me pretend like I was sleeping, and she wanted to kiss me, but not kiss back. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like a sleep. I don't know, a sleep fantasy thing. Like she wanted to have sex and be on top of me, but then kiss me, and then me not kiss back.
Right.
And I was like, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just gonna laugh. Like I can't. I couldn't. I like wanted to make let air escape from my mouth.
You're not USC,
Like, I didn't-
UCB trained.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, I would like I couldn't keep a straight face doing it.
right.
That's why.
And you're like, I want to make you come, but this is just I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, so I
And
wanted
just so
to.
you know, my sleep apnea demon's probably going to show up at some point, so you might have to deal with him. You might have to suck his
I got the
dick, too.
apnea.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Do you got the mask?
Yeah, but I never wear it. It's a problem. I take it off.
It's because you can't get kissed now in your sleep?
Yeah, no. You have to kiss it. I'll pull my sleep apnea mask, just rub the tube. Just kink the tube, wake me up.
Not gonna say I never
Yeah,
did it.
You fuck somebody with a sleep apnea mask on?
Not when he was on. No.
That'd be actually pretty tight because it's like getting out of a
But
fighter
I'm-
jet.
But I'm like one of those people who like I can't not make a joke. Like I've
That's what I'm
definitely
saying,
I've
like, I
definitely had
can't-
guys that have like eventually been like, you're really fun, but like actually
This is too. Yeah.
I can't. Like I'm pretty vulnerable when I fuck or whatever. But yeah, I would always pretend when they would put it on.
Stop
I'd be
making
like,
fun of my balls.
"Ew."
Start hanging yourself with it.
Yeah. And then eventually they're like, yeah, I didn't like what you did. I'm like, that was my favorite part. The sex was terrible, but me jerking off your fucking sleep apnea mask was super fun for me. I would have stayed here for years.
There was something funny. One of my friends, when we like after I graduated high school, didn't go to college, but I had a bunch of girlfriends that went to college, and I was friends with this black chick, and she went to Penn State, and this guy's fantasy, he would make her come over, they would drink, and she would make him put he would put weight on like a squat rack and make her squat 25, like 90 pounds while he listened to Ludacris and they fucked. Like he would get like lay down on a bench and she would squat and fuck him. This girl
Jeez,
was
man.
majestic.
That's
He
beautiful.
was one of the cool dudes. One time we were at a party one time and she took a shit and the toilet wouldn't flush and there was a line, so she barehanded a turd
been
and
there.
threw it out the window. I was like, this girl.
Fucking
I mean, how can you be mad at her?
Dude,
That's
It's
amazing.
magical.
I did that when I worked at Little Caesars. Because the girl that I had a
Turd?
crush on, yeah, because it was like on Fridays and Saturdays, that's when like the most staff was there because we were the busiest.
Yeah.
And the bathroom was right by the end of the line where like the pizza making started. So the girl who was working on the line was this girl that I had a crush on named Teresa. I had shit so bad. So I went in there. I was like, fuck, man, she's going to smell us. I know
Brutal,
she's going to smell
dude.
it. I got through pretty quick. I was like, all right, not going to be too bad. I went to flush and it wouldn't flush. So I was like, if she uses this bathroom
That makes
next,
my hands sweat now.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I feel so.
I'm tightening up as I'm telling this as though I'm admitting a murder.
Literally a nightmare.
But as I realized it wasn't going to flush, and I was like, fuck, if she's standing outside of that door to use the bathroom next, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it and I threw it in the trash. And then I went back out and made pizzas.
I wonder how many babies got aborted into that same trash can. You prom nighted that baby. That's insane.
Oh my God.
That is, I mean, that's the nightmare. Doing something horrific in a
Oh.
bathroom and then walking out and just being like the girl you have a crush
Oh
on,
my
like
God.
especially as
First
a
weekend.
kid,
oh yeah,
because you like don't even want to admit you shit.
Yeah.
My sister had a friend that went like this guy and went on like she finally went back to his house and her stomach was killing her. So instead of shitting in the bathroom and like lighting a match or whatever, she goes out to her car and shat in a fucking shopping bag, like an Acme bag. Shit in it, tied it through it over the neighbor's fence and went back in the house.
Oh my God.
That's,
I
a
was
win-
like,
that's actually a fucking winner.
oh, that's what I was like. That girl can play
Yeah.
on my team any day. You're like, that's who you want being the quarterback of the team. you want her raising the
That
kids.
gives skills. Okay. She thinks on her feet. But
But
Yeah,
Well,
I got you.
We got to get the fuck out
we
of here.
gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
Mike,
this is
thank
fun.
you
Dude,
for
this is so
coming.
much
You're
fun,
the
man.
best.
Fucking great.
Thanks for
man.
doing this.
I
Talk
love
to you
you.
guys for hours.
I know.
yeah.
We really
Man.
can. Well, we'll have you back on when Tim can come.
yeah.
And
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
I would love
it'll be
that.
great. It's
Check
always
out
fun.
his
We
podcast,
had so much fun.
Dadmeat. He's
Dude,
the
it's so
fucking
good.
best.
You guys
And
got to come on ours sometime too.
Yeah,
Whatever, dude.
And
Whatever.
if you're new to listening to our podcast, we did do one of our last episodes was the bunker, and it was the
Bunker
four of
time,
us,
yeah.
and we had so
Oh my
much
God, that
fun.
was so
I
much fun.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
so great. It's just
loved it.
four fucking wiggers trying to make it through the world, you know?
Just trying to figure it all out.
Trying to be a better human.
Just trying to get unstuck, you know?
All right, you're the
We'll
best.
see you guys later.
All right,
Thanks,
see
dude.
ya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Say no, we talk to mama like that. The sock are fucking dicks.
Where'd you guys fuck at?
Can I complimented your fucking hair yesterday, you stupid bitch?
I love you.
All of you.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.